This is really back and forth. It should not be this back and forth. This is looking good for Democrats given how the votes went last year as far as counting goes. Last year. No, Kevin, it's not last year. Last election. Good God.
Yeah, what's going
I am
on with you?
determined. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Now, granted, last election was very different with COVID, but still, if the trend is anywhere similar, we are in for a long haul here. But Democrats are performing better than they did last time, so at least more consistently.
Yeah, just say last time.
Yeah, last time? Just last time? Alright, last time. Iowa is very much Trump's at this point.
Oh.
We have the phenomena that is Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie County, Pennsylvania. Currently under Democrat control, I believe since 2008. Whoever had Erie County also took the presidency. That is pure coincidence, but throw that little nugget out there. Minnesota is taking forever
How
to get
do
their votes
I...
in.
What do I do with that? Do I have to use the brimstone during that so I can survive that? What the fuck?
Oh my God! Yes, hit me with brimstone, Daddy. Send me to hell. We doing an intro to the podcast?
Yeah, I don't host.
Yo,
Oh, hold on. Fuck.
give us a. You know what? I'm gonna do it. How about that? Hey, everybody! Welcome to Crafting a Chat. I'm calling the shots this time around because it's Kevin's day. It's election day. I've sort of talked about it for the past hour and a half, but there really hasn't been a whole lot to talk about. And everybody is really
226.
talking numbers, and that's about it. There's
Yep.
almost no exit polls on the TVs this time, which is very strange because usually we're all about exit polls, and there's been zero. All right. But anyway, it's time for the real podcast to kick off. This is the main event. All right. I'm joined by Adam,
Hey.
Genesis. Is Destinoto around? Who knows? Will he be here? Probably. When? About 2 minutes from now. Mark my words. About 2 minutes from now, Destinoto on. All right. And when that doesn't happen, I killed him.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't endorse any murder in the podcast, I'll tell you that much. But...
Not any, but that one, I couldn't be convinced.
I appreciate
anyway,
you, Kevin, for that amazing intro. My God, what an intro.
Hey. Slow your roll.
I'm slowing my roll, don't worry.
Genesis, how are we feeling tonight?
Oh, I just came back from the south, you know what I mean? I've been down south doing my work over there, doing the Lord's work, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, he's baptized.
Oh, man, I've been baptized. I'll tell you what, I've converted totally to Christianity. No, I haven't. That's a lie. I just came back from my trip from Texas. It was a ton of fun. Texas is a really... Oh, fucking shit. Texas is a really nice place. And really good food down there. So yeah, folks are real nice down there too, and it was a good time. Whoever's watching the stream right now, you'll probably seen I'm having Final Fantasy 16 on the stream. I don't normally have this on the stream. I was in the middle of a Leviathan boss fight. Long story short, I'm almost done with him. So as soon as I am done, oh shit. Well, maybe I might be cut short. I will switch over to Minecraft. But gentlemen, like we normally start this podcast off, how we all feeling? How we all doing? We already did that. What did we all do last week?
No, we didn't. All right, you went. Adam, how are you?
Sorry.
Pretty good, pretty good. Just came back from Texas. Went down there. I was watching a family travel down there. Pretty good, pretty good. Made sure they had a good time. Cooked them some good food. I converted one
Oh,
of
is
them
that
to
why I got all halal
Christianity.
food?
Yeah, I converted one of them to Christianity. They'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, no complaints. No complaints here.
All right, cool, awesome. I'm doing good as well. I also went to Texas.
Oh, I know.
I followed two different people down there, and I was the one smiling in the background.
Oh,
Oh. All
no.
right then. Okay. That explains a lot.
Does it?
Anyway, we have a lot
Yeah.
to talk about on this podcast.
Hold on. I got a bone to pick with Genesis real quick.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
sent
pick a
a
bone.
very funny message to you. A very
When did
funny
you send
voice message.
Oh, yes, I did hear that. I did listen to it. I'm sorry I did not react to
I
it.
played it on the
it was-
podcast, and I was like, it's the funniest thing in the world, and he's going to love it. Not one fucking response.
No, I thought it was great. I actually listened to that while I was down there, and I was like, wow, look at this. He sent me this amazingly funny thing. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I looked into editing a voice message so that when you returned, I would do a normal accent.
Uh-huh.
Not possible to edit it without stealing your phone and changing it, but this neither here nor there. So.
Howdy, y'all. No,
Howdy,
I love
y'all.
that. I love that voice message. That was great.
Great,
I thought it
great.
was very well done. What the shit is fucking going on right now? I'm glad that I had such a big turnout for my safety, because that's true friends for you, man. And we're not just friends in
no,
real
we were
life
trying to
and on
kill
the
you.
podcast. That's even better. That's how you know. That's how you know they care.
You know
about
what they say? A brown
Yes.
dying in New York, very sad. A brown dying in Texas, just another Texas day. You know what I mean?
Just another Texas day. That's right, my friends. That's right. Gentlemen, what did we do last week? Anybody want to start us off?
Why don't you go first, since you weren't here last week?
I didn't do anything really games related. Again, I wasn't here, so there's that. But I did see a ton of updates come through for a lot of the games I actually own. A lot of PS5 Pro updates are coming through today, today and tomorrow actually, for a lot of my games that I own. And I am seeing that people are testing out a lot of the games. I think Bloodborne got tested out.
Yeah, it's like minimal differences though, and
So they
it's
were
not
saying
worth
that-
$700.
They were saying that some of them were showing big differences, some of them weren't. But you know what, Adam? I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna definitely agree with you that it really isn't worth the price tag that Mr. Big Buck Sony is asking. That was reserved for Microsoft, but now we call Sony Big Bucks.
I saw that they got
shit.
16 teraflops in there or whatever in there. I don't know what that does, but I'm like, I don't. As a Sony diehard, why am I not convinced? And I keep asking myself, I just found out like a day ago that, like 2 days ago maybe, Sunday, that the Pro's coming out this week. And I'm like, oh shit, like totally forgot about that. And then I saw like unboxing videos and I have no interest to click on them. I'm just like, what is the fucking difference to me? Like, what does any of this matter? I don't know. Kevin, have you changed your mind about the Pro because you got VR2, or what are you thinking?
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to a cat. What did you just say? Recap real quick.
You weren't even paying attention to the election? I lost to a cat?
No, hold. So I took everything off of the desk that had the PlayStation and VR and everything on it, and the one cat got curious, and so I'm just making sure that all my stuff is okay.
The cat just starts
Anyways,
playing
what
Call
were you
Them Out, and you're like, what the fuck?
And better than me.
Oh my god! Oh, he found all the target things you have to shoot on one level. What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
I was saying
I am
the
already.
Pro. Have you changed your mind
I'm
on
in the
it? Have
middle
you
of this.
thought about it more because you got the VR2? Have you anything about it
Oh,
or?
the PlayStation 5 Pro?
Yeah,
I haven't really changed my mind on it. I guess it. I guess from what I hear, it's like pretty damn good for what you call it for the Oh my God, my brain.
mid-gen
VR.
refresh. Oh,
No,
okay.
for VR, I guess it's
Yeah,
supposed to make it like things look a lot better or whatever the hell, or at least I think there was video for Metro Awakening that looked a lot better, but I could be wrong because it might have just been freaking the other one, MetaQuest, whatever the fuck, the new
oh,
one that
MetaQuest
came out.
3 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
the newer one was, they were doing comparisons between the VR2 and how it looked and that as well. So I might be misremembering, but ultimately, no, not really. Like, I don't, I don't know, man. If they came out and said like, "Hey guys, if you get a PS5 Pro, you can set performance mode for 120 frames a second in games or whatever," then like, yeah, all right, maybe. But
okay.
I run it in performance mode. I don't care.
Yeah, totally agree.
If I've missed anything about performance mode, somebody can tell me. But I don't believe they talked about that yet.
There's news stories coming out of it like every day since it's going to launch on Thursday. A bunch of
I
people
see
are
what
doing
people
like
actually say about it too. Yeah.
Adam said before, people are doing like unboxings and things like that,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of like first-hand experiences now of it. So I'm sure we'll see some more news about it as the week goes through. But I'm pretty sure the podcast is pretty unanimous in saying that we're pretty much set in what we think about the Pro, and it's also considering Adam. Adam's one of the biggest diehard Sony fans that I know, and he totally didn't even know the thing was coming out this week. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, yeah. Sunday, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that just should show you, that should give you a little bit of a, not a warning, but like a temperature check on like where this thing is in terms of popularity. Now, I will say one thing: the scalpers are striking again on the disk drives, and they're once again out of stock almost everywhere. So there's that. I don't know how much, what exactly that really means in terms of PlayStation 5 Pro popularity and all that, and how much people are actually looking
Could
to
just be
get this.
scalpers.
Could just be scalpers, exactly. It could very well just be that. Um, so, we'll see how it turns out. I guess we got 2 days to launch. Let's see what happens. Let's see what goes on with this. And as always, this podcast will always be reporting on that as well. So, but yeah, that's all I pretty much did last week. I didn't really do much else. I saw obviously the updates coming out. I know, tonight's election night, and it's a super important night for Kevin and all that. So I'm sure we'll have a ton to talk about of that, and then we have a ton of stuff about gaming to talk about as well. So,
Oh, we have so
but yeah,
much
that's what I did.
to talk about.
Adam, what'd you do?
Oh boy, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do indeed? I'm pulling up my list. That's what that sound was, but then I forgot to do it. So
Don't worry, I'll cover for a little bit. Gonzalez still ahead of Flores for Texas House Representatives. Current House Representative situation: the Democrats have gained some spots, 101 to 150. Senate is 36-48 split. That's about all we got so far. Now everything else I was looking at just went away. Rip. Again, very strange we're not talking about exit polls tonight. It is one major change here, and I don't know why, and it's true for all networks that I'm watching, and I am watching MSNBC, Fox News, and the CNN. There's been like 6 exit polls total, and I
because they've
started
been
watching
wrong
at like
in the
8:30.
past.
Very true. The polls have been kind of weird and wrong
Exit
and
polls have been wrong since
pointless.
2016.
Yeah.
So why even do
So I
it?
guess that could be the
If
reason.
Donald Trump is in the election, a lot of people will just not admit to voting for him. They'll just
Fair,
vote,
good
and
point,
then
good point.
they'll say, "Oh no,
Is
I voted for Harris or whatever or
There's been a
whoever."
lot of people who've been posting who they've been voting for. I thought you're not supposed to do that. Is that not a thing anymore? Does that
What?
not
No, you're
matter
allowed to.
anymore?
You're allowed to post who you voted for. You can't take like photos of the election ballots and stuff. As
That's
far
what
as
they're
I'm
taking a
aware.
picture of. They're taking a picture of like them filling out the thing. And again,
If
I'm
it's the
illiterate in
mail-in
this.
one, that's fine, but not at the polling place. You're not allowed
I
to do that, as
Yeah,
far
I
as
don't
I'm
think
aware.
phones are even allowed in polling places.
When I
I don't
went
know.
today, I mean nobody took out a phone, and I never took out a phone. I was only there for like 4 minutes, so
Right.
I didn't
Ooh,
need to
huge update in
do.
Michigan. Kamala Harris surging ahead by 110,000 votes.
Wow.
North Carolina hasn't moved. Neither has the vote that's been counted so far. Again, waiting on Charlotte. Virginia, Kamala Harris way ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Whenever you're ready to jump
For
in.
Michigan, how far? Like, what's the numbers?
110,000 for Kamala Harris.
No, I know. What's the actual number
Oh, the
total?
37%.
Oh, so it's moving.
37% of the vote. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Yep.
what I
New
did
Mexico,
was,
Kamala way ahead. 48,000 ahead. 65% of the vote in. Although we kind of expect New Mexico to be Democrat for some reason. I don't know why that started happening, but whatever.
I'm gonna do the shows first because I feel like that's gonna be easier. I
Yep.
watched Love Is Blind season 7.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's
Fuck.
fine. The reunion was on. The reunion's an hour and a half. It's very messy. The hosts don't know when to stop a conversation. I feel like the reunion could have been an hour and we would have got the same information we got. A lot of the people on the cast, like a lot of the cast that I did like in the show, I turned around on in the reunion. Everyone from this season, a lot of them just seemed like they got problems. Um, there are a couple clout chasers. Some people weren't as innocent as we thought. Some people weren't as evil as we thought. Like there's just everyone kind of sucked. Every relationship that failed, everyone that was part of those, everyone kind of sucked. Um, so yeah, that was pretty wild. I watched the new episode of the Abbott Elementary. Very funny. It was about costumes, because of Halloween, and yeah, it was good. Still a funny show. I couldn't watch Ghosts this week, but I'll probably watch it hopefully next week. But I don't know. What else? I finished Terminator Zero. I wanted to talk to Desinoto about that, but he's not here, so I'm still going to talk about it. Terminator Zero is an animated Terminator adaptation. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, saying that I watched the first episode and that I was going to continue it. And then last week I talked about how I got up to the first 6 episodes, and I believe there's 8. I finally watched the last 2, and it's incredible. Great show. The plot is wild. It's well written. It's well voice acted. I've been watching the dubbed version. It is it's just wild. It's the best Terminator thing that's come out since Terminator 2, and it's not even close. Highly recommend. It's in the style of anime. It's real cool. It's real cool. And then
Who's it animated by? Have any idea?
no idea. I mean, it's
Okay,
on
okay.
Netflix.
That's another. Yeah,
so,
that's another. Probably know that one.
Yeah. What else? I played Astrobot because the speedrunning levels. I keep forgetting to mention this every podcast, but for the last couple weeks, I've been playing it on Thursdays or Fridays, getting the speedrunning levels done. I'm not actually trying to speedrun them. I'm just completing them, getting the special bots, which is cool. So far, every week there's been one unique bot and then a Helldiver, and this Thursday it'll be the 4th Helldiver, I'd imagine, and I'm very curious if we're gonna get a 5th Helldiver the next week, because there's teams of 4. It'd be very strange if we got a 5th Helldiver, so I'm curious what's gonna happen there. But that's that. Oh, let me
Oh
just
my
delete
god.
that.
Oh my god.
What?
A new Helldiver ship.
What?
Huh?
Crazy would that be?
Oh.
No, like you get like a little like I don't know, freaking carrier or like something that's not a destroyer
Oh, I see what you're
instead of
saying. I
it
see what
says
you're saying.
Helldiver.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I also played Helldivers 2, but that was last weekend, I think. It was a while ago. Didn't do anything crazy. I watched Survivor. Oh, I forgot about that one. I watched Survivor. The twist in the episode wasn't great with the merge because now they merged last episode. Now this episode they're merged, but then they're like, okay, one more person's going home, and they're not going to be on the jury. So that means they're basically just not going to be voting for the winner at the end, like how Survivor does. And almost every single player who gets that far in Survivor, their dream is to be on the jury. And they did a stupid thing that I think everybody was mad at. The Reddit was super pissed because I look at the live reactions towards the end of the episode, and my mom and I were also upset because it's a thing where one person, they split it into random teams and then they compete individually, but the person who wins on that team, they're safe and everybody on their team is safe. And the other half people, they lose and they're not safe. So there's 12 people, 6 people are automatically safe. One person is also safe on the other side, so 5 people aren't safe. So it's just a vote of 5 people. The other people don't even get to vote. It's just 5 people voting like against each other trying to get one out, which is stupid. What's the point of merging if you're going to split it into 2 tribes basically? But they added a cool twist, and then this guy Saul did like he fucking made chaos in the game and basically made this one girl completely safe when she was going to get voted out, and then shit went down. And it was like the last 5 to 10 minutes is one of the coolest things that's happened in Survivor in a while for me. Next thing I did, I played Minecraft. I think I'm on day 66 now. I think on Friday or something, nobody was on. So I was just playing Minecraft, and then I put it down, and I was looking at my phone, and I fell asleep, and I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I was still in Minecraft. I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad my character didn't starve to death. But a bunch of days passed, and I was like, I'm not even that mad. So that was cool. I saw Smile 2 with Kevin. I'm sure we'll talk about that. I watched
That's why I said
Penguin.
don't smile.
I watched
Oh
Penguin
my
with
god!
well, by myself, but Desunoto watched Penguin, so we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But the main thing I've been doing, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Um, Horizon Zero Dawn is my favorite PlayStation 4 game, and probably my favorite game of all time. I think I've mentioned that it's my favorite game of all time. Infamous has a special place in my heart, so it's up there too. So is Minecraft. But Animal Crossing 2. Man, every time I do my top 10 games, it always changes. It's always like the same top 10. But Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, according to PlayStation, I'm 7 hours into it. According to my save file, I'm about 19 hours into it. I agree with my save file more because I have been actively playing this all the time. I didn't want to start it right when it came out on Halloween. I was like, I'm waiting until Friday, and I'm so glad I did because I put so many hours in on Friday night. Before I jumped into Minecraft, and then I played on Saturday, I played on Sunday, I played a little bit Monday, and I played today. Multiple sittings, just having a good time. I'm not super far into the story. The game's very pretty. It clearly didn't need a remaster, but for $10, new trophies, a reason to go back to one of my favorite games of all time. Like the character animations are way better, but it's clearly not as strong as Forbidden West. I want to point out that when you play this game, if you're playing it, it is still a PlayStation 4 game, and it's got a fresh coat of paint on top, but all the issues of Zero Dawn are still there. Like, there's points where I'm at a checkpoint and I die, or I'm at a checkpoint, I fight a monster, and then I get killed. I come back, I've lost all of my health, like, supplies, because I used it to fight that monster, even though I died, and that checkpoint was way before. For some reason, sometimes it still saves you losing those supplies, which kind of sucks. And I was like, oh, that could be a game feature. Pretty sure it's not, because Forbidden West didn't do that. So if you're playing Zero Dawn for the first time, if you're doing the hunting trials, save before you do the hunting trials, and then play it, and then once you figure out what you're doing, reload your save, get back in there, you'll have all your supplies instead of going through it over and over, unless you want to do that and grind for supplies. I've just been playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. I like it a lot. I like everything is just as much as I did before. It's so crazy seeing Sylens back. I will say though, like, the improvements to Forbidden West in movement, how good the focus is in Forbidden West really makes this game feel kind of old, a little bit more tankish. It's just really good, and I love it so much. There are some issues. I've seen quite a bit of bugs. Not anything that's game breaking. The game only crashed on me once in my 19 or so hours of playing. It's just like technical, like visual glitches keep happening. Like, sometimes a cutscene is ruined by the body of a monster or a machine kind of just glitching around a little bit. One threw me a little bit, didn't kill me, but it hurt me a bit. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. If you want it, wait. Pay the $10 now if you want, but I'd wait a little bit to play it. It's not like it's completely broken, but just the visual stuff might take you out. Also, I do think with some animations between characters, I think they over animated Aloy and the other side character. So before, everybody was stoic and didn't move. And now everybody kind of moves, but like they're repeating sometimes the same animation over and over. Like, it's versatile enough where it's not like crazy, but sometimes it's like, why are you moving so much? I will say the emotions for Aloy come across way better in this. It's just really great, and I'm having a great time with it. I think it's just still so good. I can't wait. I'll be playing this for a while. I'm hoping to platinum it before Lego Horizon. I won't get Lego
When does
Horizon.
it come out again?
The 14th, I think, but I won't get it until like the 17th because shipping and stuff. So I'm hoping to platinum that before then. But at the same time, I got the DLC, and honestly, I'm walking everywhere. I remember watching Genesis play this, the original Zero Dawn, and he's like, I'm walking everywhere. In Forbidden West, you walked everywhere too. But for this one, I'm like, this is great. I'm just walking. I'm running. I turned off the pickup animations because in the first game you couldn't turn off the pickup animations. You had to pick up everything, and there's ways to like cancel that out. But I was like, I'm not doing that every time. They brought over all the accessibility features from Forbidden West, so I turned that shit off so quick, and I'm just living my dream now as I'm playing. Like, it's just really good. I just love Horizon. And there's not enough. They don't make enough Horizon. But, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. I say it's like an 8, 8.5. Not something you need to run out super quick. But definitely worth a pickup. If you've never played Zero Dawn, then highly recommend. Highly recommend. Just because Zero Dawn and Forbidden West are so good. Also, R.I.P. Lance Reddick, man. That dude, every time he's on screen, he's killing it. He's so good. So is Ashley Birch. Everybody in the game is so good. I can't wait to get to some of the cutscenes. Oh my god. Having a great time. I don't know if that's coming across. I'm having a great time. I'm also a stealthy boy. I'm stealthy. I'm stealthing everywhere.
I am so proud of you, Stelton.
I have to be honest. My memory for this game is so strong for the story. That map, I remember a lot of it. I remember so little of it too. Like I remembered going to this one area to get a bow that I really liked. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, was that Forbidden West?" And then I had to Google it and it was Forbidden West. I'm like, "What am I looking for?" The map in Forbidden West is so much more like traversal friendly than Zero Dawn is. The game is super pretty. But again, it's the original game is also super pretty. But this one just it looks great. Loving Zero Dawn remastered. Highly recommend to anybody who's just a fan of Zero Dawn and wants to play it again. I've been itching to go back. I've talked about it a couple times on this podcast within the last like year and a half or two, and
Yes.
I'm just glad I have an excuse. Desinoto, thank you for joining us. Real quick, I'm gonna go back to one thing I talked about when Desinoto wasn't here. I finished
Oh,
Terminator Zero, that anime
oh,
on Netflix. Man, the last two episodes, I have no idea how I stopped for 6 days and went back, and I was like, fuck, I was right back in it. Oh my god. It was so good. It was so
yeah.
good. Highly recommend. Only 8 episodes, 25 minutes apiece, I think. Like just real good, real good. Highly recommend. Highly
Oh,
recommend. So,
okay.
but yeah, that's all I played. That's all I did. Do you know who animates it? Probably not, since you don't watch it.
Uh,
Genesis
I'm
asked, and
not
I have no
sure.
idea.
Let's see.
Also,
Let's,
also, by the way, I just want to make a small announcement. Cat is here. It's getting kind of late. I don't know why you're still. Do you not have school? Oh, he's breaking the rules. He's being a little bad boy. Did you have school today?
Wait, Adam.
No.
Whole update.
Yeah.
Whole update.
Yeah, come on.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Oh,
the
sing it.
studio
Breaking
behind it
the
is
law.
Production IG.
I've never heard of
It's
that.
headquartered in Japan, in Tokyo.
Yeah,
Um,
it's real good. The dub is good. The story is so good. The action is so good. The action and the story
interesting.
carry this show. Like, if I had to pick the two things that carry the show, it's the action and the story. And when I'm watching something, the two things that matter are action and story. The voice acting doesn't have to be there. The animation doesn't always have to be there, but the action goes hand in hand with the animation, and the story goes hand in hand with the action or the voice acting, and it all just flows together so well. It is so good. It is. I was
Oh.
honestly shocked at how much I enjoyed it. And I just, oh man, I was eating good watching that. I I don't know if they're making a season 2. I hope they do, but if they don't, it's got a conclusion that makes me satisfied and happy. But I would love to see where this world goes, and I'm so upset that Terminator as a franchise had to get to the year 2024 to get something as good as Terminator 2, if not better. Terminator 2 is one of the best action films ever made. This is one of the best, like, I don't want to say animes ever made, probably not, but it's one of the best, like, franchise continuations that happen in animated form, which is probably not a high bar, but it is fantastic. It's so good.
No, that's a high bar. That's a
Yeah,
bar. That
that's
is
a
a
bar.
bar.
That's a bar.
Because stuff has come out recently that has not reached that bar or even come close.
That's fair. You're not wrong.
So,
But real good.
yeah.
Real good.
Um, this same studio has done a number of works in the past. They've actually done a lot of work ever since 1987. Um,
Oh, wow.
some notable series is Blood Plus, XXX Holic, um, Blood Sea, Guilty Crown, Prince of Tennis 2, Kuroko no Basket. Psycho-Pass, Haikyuu, um,
The animated
Joker
all those.
game. Yeah, these are
Yeah,
all the shows they've
those
animated.
are very well received shows that they animated. Very good animation in a lot of those shows.
Yeah, Psycho-Pass 3, also Kaiju no 8. And they also took part in the Uzumaki adaptation that started amazingly and ended very badly. But yeah, they did a lot of work. A lot of good work. A few mishaps here and there, but I mean, who doesn't have those?
Yeah, highly recommend. 8 episodes, man. Genesis, this might be one for you too.
Okay,
Just
I'll look into
because
it.
it's an anime that is just like I don't know. I don't want to say it's westernized enough for me to just get into it. It's violent. It is a hard R. So do not watch it with your kids around. Um,
Got it.
Death Note, same with you. Do not watch it with kids around.
Okay.
Just in case you have one in there somewhere. I don't know. Maybe one's visiting. Who knows? But
Oh,
yeah, just real good. Real good. Big fan.
nice. I'll have to tell the
That's
other Adam too, because I had mentioned it before, and I was
oh
like,
yeah.
oh, the Adam on our podcast told me about this, so you might want to check it out.
Yeah, I didn't want to
So,
recommend it because I had 2 episodes left, and I was like, what if they don't nail what if the last 2 are trash, or like, what if they don't nail the
yeah,
finale? I can't even tell you. The 7 episode started, and I was like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh. And then the 8th episode started, and I was like, no, this is the last one, no. I could have watched 50 more episodes of this, and I would have gotten it done. I would have gotten it done before today. I would have put everything else on pause to finish this show. Like,
I think we're gonna say the same thing for Penguin real soon.
ooh, yeah.
Last episode's next week.
I know.
Oh my god.
I know. Kevin, do you want to go next with your stuff, or do you want Desinoda to go? What do you want to do here?
Desinoda go next.
Alrighty. I have prepared my list.
Ooh.
Yeah, I started the show called The Cleaning Lady
Oh yeah.
on Max. Now, the weird thing is there have been 3 seasons in the past 2 years. That's weird, isn't it? That's a lot of show for 2 years to
Yeah.
film and, put up on a streaming service. The first 2 seasons are on Max. The third season, and only the third season, is on Hulu.
It's a
Weird.
Fox show.
Okay.
That's why. For some reason, Max has Fox shows like Fringe and stuff. But
then the
then,
third season's just not on there. It's
yeah,
only on Hulu.
yeah, it might eventually
Weird.
come to Max, but it's probably only going to be on Hulu
Okay.
because Fox was bought by Disney, and Fox also owned Hulu with the other major networks, and then now Disney mostly owns Hulu, and it also now owns Fox, so it's kind of all over the place. That's why Abbott
Okay.
Elementary was on ABC, but the first season was on Max, and I was like, what? It makes no sense.
I see. Well, I watched season 1 and 2 over the past week, and it's a really good show. It starts out a little rocky. I feel like once you get through the first 2 episodes, you're just cruising along because shit happens one after the other, and this cleaning lady has to find some way to solve the issue that's at hand. And then something else pops up, then she solves that. Then something else pops up, and then she solves that. I don't know. It is really good, really entertaining. Seeing this, she was originally from Cambodia, and then
Oh
she grew up
yeah.
in the Philippines, and then she came to the U.S. To get her son treated. And the whole idea of the show is she has to keep her son alive because he has this rare immuno
immunocompromised disease.
Yeah. Something like that where his body's like attacking itself, I think, is what's happening.
Like
Yeah.
cancer almost.
Yeah, and like it's so hard because he has to have his medicine on time and all the time, and if he misses it or some other thing happens, he has to get a liver transplant or he has to get some other medicine. And his mother is the most devoted mother I've ever seen on television. She does so many things that are just straight up crimes, starts by cleaning up a murder that happens right in front of her. Um, yes, I have some fascination with watching cleaning ladies get back at their oppressors. It's so good.
See
Cause
some fascination with that.
yeah, cause I just find myself gravitating towards these movies and shows. I've watched a bunch of them, and they all have a similar plot. This lady's getting mistreated or getting put down, or she's something bad's happening, and she either gets back on the people who did all that to her, or she finds a way to get through everything that comes at her. And in this case, it's all for her son and to keep him alive. Um,
All right. Now I don't want to bum you out,
yes.
but you know the main guy in that show is dead in real life.
Oh.
I think his name was Armin in the show, or
Yeah,
Armand.
yeah.
Yeah, he passed away
Armand,
in real
yeah.
life.
Oh no.
So I don't know
God
what
damn it. So
season
now
he
he's gonna die in
leaves.
season 3.
Yeah, I don't. He I think he was like in his 40s and he had cancer.
Oh shit. What the hell?
Yeah, because I remember the show was renewed for a 4th season, but they
Yeah.
had to change like a bunch of stuff, so it's like a short. It's like I think it's like 15 or 12 episodes or something like that.
They have been like 12 to 13, so
Oh, it's probably 12. Yeah.
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 Wow.
So yeah,
That is super
he
unfortunate.
unfortunately passed away. I think this year, like early this year.
Wow. He's a good actor too.
Yeah.
He did his role very well. Damn.
So
Rest in peace.
I don't want to be
That
that
man.
guy.
Well, I'll keep watching. It's just
Yeah, no, I'm sure it'll still be good, but
I'm also surprised. Like it got renewed like super quick after the season premieres. Bless you.
Thanks.
Those renewals were like instant. And then here we have Warrior, one of the greatest martial arts shows to ever come out of television, and it's canceled after 3 seasons. Thanks.
I want to point out that hey, whatever the results of these elections, America won't disappoint me as much as when they disappointed me not renewing Warrior. All right,
Mm-hmm.
not enough people
Mm-hmm.
put their eyes in that. Desonoto and
Yep.
I and my dad are crying every day about it.
Every day. It's such a tragedy.
Ah.
God damn it. Well, um, we'll keep moving here. Next thing is I started watching Classroom of the Elite. Maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I watch like an episode or two with my friend every week or two, and I decided to watch the rest of season one. Probably like 4 or 5 episodes. Real good show.
Mm.
Um, it's with this like super high IQ, smart as hell main character who can get through any situation. Um, and he befriends these people at this school of elite students who they have to maneuver their way from starting in class D, which is like the lowest ranking in the school, and try to figure out a way to get to class A, which is like the highest prestige. The rich kids, the smart, like the like the best, I don't know, the best students of the school,
Mhm.
um, monetarily and like with their academic status and all that. So yeah, season one's really good. Gonna start season two pretty soon. I think Genesis had recommended it a while ago.
For what again?
Classroom of the Elite.
Oh yeah, dude, that is what a
Yeah,
good that.
so I finished season one.
Oh, you wait, season. I'm trying to think. Hold on.
It's like the second arc, I guess, in the seasons, like when they're all on the island and they have to survive and shit. It's like a whole test that the school puts them through to give them an opportunity to get bonus points. And the points are essentially what is used to climb the ladder of classes at the high school.
Right. I just didn't want to spoil anything, so I made sure to ask which episode you were at. But what a fucking show! God, that show is crazy. I'm on the current season, which is season three. I finished watching that one. This is months back. I think season four is supposed to come out soon, isn't it?
Probably. I haven't really looked it
What
up.
a show! I will tell you. Climax right now is going to be at season two, and then season three gets even crazier.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, bro, you about to see some shit go down
Oh
that you're like,
shit.
what and the dude has just you'll understand Ayano Koji like real quick, where you'll realize what
I
is
am a
wrong with
Kojima.
this. Yeah, yeah, you'll understand what's wrong with this dude. This dude reminds me of Light from Death Note so much. It's
Yeah, he does.
insane how much he reminds me of him. He just doesn't have the um, the tendency to trust people as much as Light did, where he trusted Misa and that last dude who messed him up totally because the guy had the same schedule every single goddamn day. Um, this guy is you just have to hear his monologues go in his head, and then you realize how much of an asshole this guy is, like how much of a complete asshole this guy is to people, and rightfully so because people are direct assholes right back to him. Like they just show it, he just doesn't. So it's crazy how you see that. But yeah, you'll enjoy that show. Watch it through its entirety, and you'll be like, do I tell this dude to go fuck himself, or do I root for this dude? I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, they're showing like hints at like very, very small like little flashbacks to where he was a little kid and they put him in this like another classroom and they essentially made him into like this machine
They've done awful things to him as
that
a kid. They've done
just
awful things.
calculates the most
His father's
ruthless,
like the worst
efficient
human
methods
being on the
of doing
planet.
everything.
Just putting his son through that, and I was like, dude,
And
you must have
he's
wanted your
always has
son to do
no life
something.
in his eyes. He's
Because they literally killed everything in him, like all his
yeah,
emotions and everything. They just killed everything. Like it's all gone.
yeah,
But it's crazy. Nice, good job on watching that one. Keep watching. You're gonna enjoy season two quite a bit. Holy shit.
yeah. I'll
Oh,
definitely keep watching. Pretty good so far. His whole plan comes together at the end, and he's explaining to the one girl
uh huh. The dude's like
after,
15
and then he
steps
gives
ahead too.
her credit for everything that he did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 15 steps ahead. This man is 15 steps ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some of these people in that classroom though are psychopaths, like genuine psychopaths. Some of
Oh
them.
yeah.
Some of them they need help. They need some serious like mental counseling.
But I guess they belong there because
That's the high school of the
they're
elite. That's
there.
yeah, you go there because that's the only way you're gonna become something.
Yeah.
What else you
Um.
got? Anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
Um. Uh. Okay. So there's this movie called, I think it's just called X. Um. Yeah, so this movie called X came out in 2022. It's on Max. It's a real weird, odd movie, but it's in the 70s. It's set in the 70s, and a group of filmmakers, pretty much like student age, like probably like mid 20s or whatever, go out to this like remote cabin, barn house area, and they're pretty much filming like
Did he die? Oh.
by no.
Huh?
No, cat just came in the room.
Uh,
Yeah, they're pretty much filming like porn scenes essentially in this rural Texas area.
oh.
Yeah. And so a lot of stuff goes down. These old people, the old people who occupy this farm area are very weird. They like to crawl into bed with strangers and start rubbing blood on their body.
Mm.
That's definitely what rural Texas likes to do. That's yep, yep.
Um, so one by one, these
No, it's out
filmmakers
there.
they get caught doing something they probably shouldn't be doing, and then these old people don't like it, so they start cutting them down one by one. And the main girl, I don't know if her name is Maxine in this, but this is like her like start to like adult film industry in this movie. And I watched this movie probably like a year or two ago. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's actually a prequel to Maxine, the new entry into this series. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's two movies so far. Maxine with three X's in the middle. Um, and this movie, she's pretty much like at that status of being like an adult film star. She's landed that, and she's doing all her movies and whatever. And it's still like late 70s, probably entering into 80s America. There's this serial killer on the loose, and this girl don't give a fuck. All right. The one guy came up to her in an alley. She had nowhere to go. She had a gun on her. She acted like she didn't have anything on her, and he had a knife. And he starts walking on her. She pulls a gun on him, makes him strip, makes him get on his knees, makes him suck her gun. her,
Oh.
she has a pistol.
Mm.
He's literally like moving the pistol in his mouth in and out, and then makes him face flat on the floor, arms out, and then crushes his dick and balls with her heels.
That's good. That's lovely.
Well, he was gonna kill her, right? So it's fine. It's okay. And
Sounds
nobody's gonna
like
find
a
out.
sounds like a time that me and Kevin would love to have together.
So, yeah, this Night Stalker villain kind of plays throughout the movie. It's kind of like a slasher movie, but they make it really like it's like super cool retro style. Like they really make it seem like it's from that time. Nice transitions. Um, a lot of the settings, the clothing, the everything just matches up, and it's a good watch. Pretty good watch. I think it's definitely better than X, the first movie. Um, and the girl's name is Maxine Minx, and she's in this movie. She's trying to get past that adult film star status that she got at the beginning of the film, and trying to get to that movie star spot, um, because she's auditioning for a horror film. And if she gets that spot, then she's on her way to being something more than just a adult film star, which was like kind of looked down a bunch at that time too. Um, so that was good. Recommend if you want to watch like an older retro style movie. It's pretty well done. Pretty well done. I finished the first season of Teacup. Um, the show is like okay, it's nothing special. I feel like the first episode really set a tone, and then the rest of the show didn't really reach that bar anymore. Maybe aside from the last episode, but that was like the climax of the season. Um, uh, I think I briefly talked about it before. It's like this alien race that can inhabit humans' bodies by just looking into their eyeballs and like transferring between bodies by doing the same thing between two people. This race came down to Earth from wherever, and they set up borders around certain areas, and you can only leave the border if you drink this rainbow jelly that's found at this tree that was placed in a barn on the farm somewhere. And so they didn't figure it out until like half the season was done. But the good alien is inhabiting a little kid named Arlo, and the whole family's trying to protect them from this other alien that inhabits other bodies named Assassin. And yeah, it all takes place in this barn, and they're trying to just fight for their survival and keep Arlo alive while maneuvering around this assassin alien thing. Um, it's okay. Nothing crazy. I don't know if I'll watch the next season. I guess we'll see when it comes out. I think it's over. It was like 10 episodes. And the last thing is this movie I was waiting to come off of. I think it was like a Shudder exclusive movie, that streaming service for like horror movies and stuff. Late Night with what is the name of this thing? Hold on. I will find the name.
Gotta go find the name. Kevin, poll update. Kevin? Well, Kevin's dead.
Oh.
Adam, when are we planning his funeral now?
Kevin's not dead. Kevin's alive.
No, Kevin's dead.
No.
No, he died. Looking at the polls. Died.
Late Night with the Devil is the movie.
Oh yeah, David DeMulchin or whatever.
Yeah. That guy. It's finally on Hulu. I don't know when it came on Hulu, but I finally see it on Hulu, so I
Couple
decided to
weeks
watch it.
at least.
Okay.
Or a week.
I guess I
don't
just
know.
haven't checked.
It's been kind of recent.
Yeah. Because it's been on, I think it's been on Shudder for the whole time. The whole, the whole past year or two, or year and a half, or whatever it was. Pretty good. Pretty darn good movie. Another one where it's like they nail that retro style movie. And they do a really cool thing where it's color when they're showing the talk show, like on camera, broadcasting to everybody who's watching, and then in between scenes they go to black and white. I thought that was a really cool thing that they did there. And then they do something different for like the very final scene of the movie. But yeah, this one's like essentially like a late 70s talk show that would show on your TV. I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11 o'clock in the night. And the guy goes through a series of events over his time on the talk shows, like a narrator, like going through everything that happened to him. And then he's doing his I guess it was his final show, and the final show is pretty much um him having guests on the show that have some sort of connection with paranormal entities and activity. Every guest comes on and has something to do with that, and the intensity of that paranormal activity occurring on the show just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating, and it's really cool to watch. They go from like some guy who comes on claiming he could talk to the dead, and then it pretty much all escalates to this little girl who is part of like a Satanist circle who has a demon inside of her. And
That was good.
yeah, they can. This one lady took her in as like her guardian, because that whole Satanist group ended up setting themselves on fire before being able to get caught by the police. And she was the only survivor. And so, for TV purposes, they have her and the woman perform like
Exorcism?
Yeah, it wasn't really an
Exorcism.
exorcism. It was more like the woman was channeling the demon to come out and show everybody what it is rather than getting rid of it. Because she's like, her whole thing is like she's studying the demon and the girl at the same time, but also like taking care of her and giving her a place to live and all that stuff. So some shit goes crazy in this movie. Really good horror movie. Yeah, the build up is really well done. I'll say. So I'd recommend it to anybody who wants to get a little spooky movie in on Hulu.
Oh.
Very well done. I've been meaning to watch that ever since they announced, and I was like waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come off Shudder because I didn't feel like subscribing to Shudder. And yeah, now it finally came out, so watched it. Pretty good. Pretty good. That was the last thing I had, so nothing else.
Penguin?
Oh yeah, Penguin. Penguin. I also watched the most recent episode of Dragon Ball Daima with Kat. Had a couple fight scenes. Show's looking real good.
Yeah, I just keep hearing about how amazing the animation is for Daima. That this is like the peak of fucking Dragon Ball animation since Z.
Yes.
Again,
you have to watch it.
I know.
There's no debate.
I understand. I understand. Listen, I already got
I don't care how much anybody
loves
loves Super. You have to watch Daima.
I understand. And it's before Super. It's not like it's making Super go away.
Right.
I don't understand the whole plot of them turning into kids again. That's the only real big thing that bother me for the show. But again, I'm sure if I watch it, I'll be fine. I haven't watched it yet.
I'm sure everybody thought it sounded stupid the first moment they announced that
because
plot
it's doing
point.
the same thing that fucking GT did. But like clearly this is doing it way better.
Right, and that's the difference. That GT did something on its own where they turned like the main guy Goku and two of his pals into children that they have to go around doing whatever they did. But this entire story is written and produced and crafted by Toriyama. Nothing is like put out by another person on the team. Obviously, animation-wise it is, but like the story, the characters, all of that meat is from Toriyama's brain himself.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and the last thing that he's ever gonna work on. I mean, he ever worked on anyway. So
and GT
I
is like it's such a separate entity on its own at this point.
well, GT doesn't exist anymore now.
Right. It's never
It's
like
dead.
been, on the
Super
same
made
level of
that.
anything else.
Super made it invalidated to anything. So I get it.
And it was
I
never really
just
canon either.
no.
So, but yeah, they're doing a great job with this last
Well, again,
work
this
from
show
Toriyama.
had so much more time and polish than Super did, and they were on a time crunch with Super to the point where they were just focused on getting every episode out every single week because, to be honest, Super was just that way because of Dragon Ball Evolution and the money that they saw that the two movies, The Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, and even the Return of Goku and his friends brought in after Dragon Ball Evolution. Um, what that did and what kind of money that brought in, it just to them it was just like we have to capitalize on this money as much as we can, which I get it. In terms of a business, I understand. You got to make the money. You got to do what you got to do. I totally get that. I understand it. I don't know. I'll probably watch Daima. For me right now, I'm just like, I gotta watch it. I get it. Don't threaten me. I'll watch it.
I will threaten you.
Yeah, I know. The fucking there's a bunch of YouTube shorts and fucking thing of like of the Dragon Ball gang people just threatening people to watch Daima.
Because it's like the best thing that's ever come out for Dragon Ball in so long. Like Super is its own thing, I understand. A whole Tournament of Power was amazing. Everybody loves that. And that's like the first thing that it comes to anybody's mind, but like the show is going on some other level. And it hasn't even gotten anywhere crazy yet. Like they're still just scouring this other demon realm.
Yeah, the whole story with the Majin I think is also getting a lot of traction because it's come right off a Majin Buu story. So this is three
Right.
months after they beat Majin Buu.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of traction from that. So
Yeah, and they're
I get
like
that.
making sense with like getting background on like who the Kais are and what involvement that our Supreme Kai has from Earth with these other Kai-like people that you see in the show, and yeah, it's I don't see what else would be holding you up from watching this, but
I don't know, man. Other than just life itself, because I haven't even gotten to finish my backlog of games. That's just probably it. I don't know. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll get to watching it.
well, yeah, once you get caught up.
Yeah. Well, since you're done, I just wanted to make one comment before I forget because I know Adams is done. Adam, there's so much positivity around Horizon Zero Dawn's remastered. People are saying this is the best fucking treatment any game has ever gotten for a quote unquote remaster because of how good the models and everything look in there now. They're like, if you want to do a remaster, follow this shit and do a remaster. That's how you do a remaster for something.
Yeah.
Reddit's just like full of it. When I was on PlayStation subreddit and all that, it's just all over Horizon Zero Dawn. Just a bunch of pictures. I think did you post the one with Aloy? Aloy's some guy posted a picture of Aloy and was like, "This is Aloy," and they're like, "Is that the Forbidden West model?" He's like, "Yes, it is," and she looks really good. And all the people who were like fucking, I don't know. I don't think you posted. I probably just saw it
That
on Reddit.
was me. I posted
Oh, you
one.
did. Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah.
She was like just
Oh
laying
my god. I was like,
on a
thank
beach
fucking
or
god this
something.
got posted. Thank fucking god. But anyway, I just thought it was so funny. I'm like, look at all these fucking people who are complaining about all this bullshit. The same people are like, oh my god, she looks so amazing. Blah.
Yeah, Nixies did a really good job with that
Nah,
remaster.
they did great. They did great.
Fantastic.
They didn't get the axe from Sony, right? It wasn't them.
No,
It was the guys who made Concord, and then who else?
A mobile studio
Mobiles.
Firewalk
that
All right.
never put
and
anything.
Koi. Neon Koi.
Yeah.
Got it.
Neon Koi.
All right, Kevin, you're up. Tell us
Yo.
what's going
No,
on in the
he's
polls.
not.
What's happening?
Oh, we have penguin stuff. I
Oh,
forgot
I'm
about
sorry. I
that.
thought you finished. I'm
All
sorry. Go
right.
ahead.
It's
I'm sorry.
okay.
I thought you guys already finished the penguin stuff. That's why you're talking about
No,
Dragon
he
Ball
said.
Dawn.
I
That's
said
okay.
Penguin, and he said, "Oh yeah," and then he mentioned Dragon Ball, and then you guys went on the Dragon Ball
Yeah,
thing.
I just want to quickly insert time.
It's all right. It's all right. We all get carried away with stuff.
Yeah,
Penguin, pretty good. Pretty good.
pretty good. Just another episode.
You know, just another episode. 4 out of 10
Nothing
IGN.
happened. Oh shit, dude.
Ah,
This
shit,
show
man. What
every
a
week.
ah,
Every fucking week. It don't stop. It just don't stop.
what a fucking monster.
Oh.
Shout out to the casting of the young boy and the mom.
Yeah,
Looked exactly like them, except younger. Confusingly.
true. Yeah, and all their
Penguin,
mannerisms were the same. The way they
Penguin,
talked,
bad guy.
everything.
Bad guy.
Penguin, bad guy. Horrible, horrible child. Horrible man. Horrible son. Well, maybe
Little,
that part's okay, but
you know, little curious about how Rex died now. More so because Rex did not really acknowledge him at all. And he kept
yeah,
telling the story of like, when Rex said hello to you, like your whole world lit up. He didn't say hello to you, man. Like, what are you? Uh-oh.
yeah. It was like another piece of his fantasy world
Yeah, he's
that
just
he
lying to
conjured
himself.
up at some point in his life.
Yeah. Just acting 10 out of 10 by everybody again.
Oh,
Francine, what the fuck?
she
Like
she went off.
yeah, that
She went
scene,
off
man, where
the
she's like, the rain, the boys are supposed to be back. It's like, oh fuck. And she's like, what do you think you are right now? Like, just everything about this show is incredible.
Because he just
The
turns around, slaps her, and says, "Shut the fuck up."
yeah, just everything is so good.
Get the fuck away from me.
All right, Sal dying of a heart attack, 10 out of 10.
I was dying. I was like,
And
wait, what's happening?
and then Oz being like, having a conversation with him like he's actually yelling at like a dying Sal, but he's already
And
dead, and be
then,
like
yeah,
shooting him. Like he couldn't
what
get that
happened, Sal? You were
victory.
supposed to beat me up. Come on, Sal. Get up.
Man, it makes sense. Sal, big old dude, been in prison for
Yeah.
years, finally in the action, lost his family, went through a great trauma, was stabbed.
Roasted alive.
Yeah, just wow.
And
Wow.
Oz never lets that down. He just keeps hammering the
Yeah,
nail
he does. Yeah, he does.
until the very end. Oh,
His people
shit.
are loyal, though. His people are
His
loyal.
people are
I don't know where the
loyal.
hell
They
Vic
helped
went,
him out of that.
but you
Uh,
know, because
where?
Vic
Oh,
Vic
didn't
went to go get
he?
an army, but then he wasn't answering anything.
Oh.
So I'm a little
Oh
nervous for
yeah, I
Vic.
forgot he didn't show up
Yeah,
anywhere.
a little nervous for Vic.
Hmm.
Did you think that she was gonna kill the child at any moment, like when she went to visit that
Oh
little girl,
no.
little Gia or whatever?
No.
No,
I
neither did
did
I.
not think that at all, no.
Yeah, neither did I. I was like, is she
I
gonna
was
like
like,
take her out of here? No, she's like, leave, go somewhere else,
yeah.
get away from this family, stop cutting yourself.
Yeah, it
Like,
seems like they talked about it in the after credits thing too, the behind the scenes, that she's seeing herself
yeah.
essentially in Gia,
Oh
and
yeah.
she wants to make sure that she has a life to live, and it's not dictated by anyone, and that she knows exactly what happened rather than believing a lie her whole life and
Yeah.
having to deal with that shit.
Also,
So that was really cool from
love how
her.
Oz's mom was like, "What are you gonna dye your hair pink?" Next, like, and just called her out on, "Oh, you changed your name, you're still your dad," and then that just made her question literally everything.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, honestly, everything his mom said was correct. Like,
yeah.
hey, you think
He's
you're so
doing all the same
different, and then
things.
that's why she had that conversation with Gia, and that's why she blew up the factory instead of fucking. Did you think it was Oz's mom's body in there?
I had a thought. Yeah, I was
I
like,
was like,
okay, it's her body or it's a
oh,
bomb. One of the two.
okay. So I was like, oh god, it's her body. Oh my god, she did the body just like her brother's body. And then I was like, yeah, but why'd that guy run away?
That's the only thing that made me think it was something else other than her body.
And then
But
as he
as
got
they did
closer, I was like,
such a good job.
oh my
Oh
god.
my God. The way he lifts up that thing with his look on his face, it's just perfect. They
Yeah,
make you believe that it's his mom under there
I was
until the very
50-50 the
moment you don't
entire
see her.
time until
Yeah,
the bomb is shown. And then I'm like, yep, bomb. Okay,
yeah.
cool. And then it goes, and then every person in there dies except Oz. He falls down the area where his fucking brothers were.
Yeah,
Like,
where they drowned.
yeah, where he locked
Oh,
them in on purpose. He knew.
yeah.
He knew what he did.
He knew what he did and he didn't do anything to stop it.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
committed. He
God.
was like, all right.
Oh my God.
I want my mom to myself.
Uh,
And then that little speech that his mom gives him at the end, like when they're dancing in the club. She's like, I
yeah.
deserve everything, and you're gonna give it to me. He's like, all right, I'll do it. Don't worry, ma.
He's like,
Don't
all
worry, ma.
right.
You'll get it.
What
Don't
a
you
thing to
worry,
say to
ma.
a fucking like 12-year-old.
Yeah,
What the hell?
nuts. Absolutely nuts. What I
What
just,
about
I have no idea.
what about his dad? Did they say anything about his dad?
No, honestly, the way he looked compared to his brothers, very different. Also, the guy Rex looked like Colin Farrell a little bit. And I'm like, that's gotta be his dad, right? Rex is his dad. Considering that
Hmm.
the mom said she would go to Rex for to get the lights on and stuff. Like it's gotta be his. He looks so different than his brothers too. Like
He does.
there's
Yeah.
also he's a little psychopath, so there's something wrong with him. Props to that
Oh
kid, by the
my
way. Props to that kid for nailing everything. But
God.
like, I don't know. I don't. Is that the last time we see his past? I don't know. The next episode, man, I have no fucking clue. If they can stick this landing, we got ourselves a show.
Oh my God. Because now he's getting taken by one of Sophia's dudes who randomly finds him in all the rubble after he
Yeah,
climbs
that
out
cop
into
who's
the
addicted to
lights.
drops.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize who that was. That's who that
Yeah,
is.
it's a cop addicted to drops.
Okay.
So
And she has him on her side, so.
Bella
yeah,
Michael? Who the hell
no
is
idea
Bella
what's gonna
Michael?
happen in the next episode. No
What's
idea.
good? I don't know. What's good?
Yeah, they
Whoever
only
you are, I'm
briefly
sorry I don't
showed
recognize the name.
Sophia and his mom and I think Julian maybe, and I guess the
Yeah,
rest of her people coming out of that car, but that was about it. They didn't show much else.
yeah. I don't. I don't know, man. I can't wait for next week.
Um,
Can't wait.
I mean, we're doing a podcast. That's what we're doing right now. I don't know what else to tell you. I'd like a name. I don't know who the hell you are, but that's fine.
Hmm.
There's a commenter. There's somebody commenting on the Twitch stream right now,
Oh,
claiming that they know us, or me at least. I don't recognize the name, and I'm sorry, I
what's
don't
the
recognize
name?
the name. Bella Michael, I think. Bella Michael, Bella Mikal, something like that.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If somehow I figure out the name, I guess I'll call you out. But I don't. You didn't say anything, so I don't know who you are. But hey, thanks for dropping on the podcast.
Preach.
Yeah, you just called back. Oh, I still don't know who Bella is, but okay. All right, Bella, cool. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. That's great.
Bella.
Fantastic.
It's the frog in the Magic School Bus episode.
It's also Bella from Twilight. Bella.
Oh yeah, Bella from Twilight. Yeah, of course.
This is, the skin of a killer, Bella.
Why are you still up?
You guys all done with Penguin?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm good if you want to.
Alrighty. Okay. Kevin, poll results. Where are we at? Who won? Who's winning? Who got most points? Who's scoring?
The fuck?
Who's
Those are a lot of
dying?
questions. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Fox News is projecting out their ass again. It's probably fine. I think this is
Yeah,
okay.
definitely. Episode 16 is always an
Uh,
interesting game.
what the hell do they project now?
As I'm
Republicans take
talking,
control
ignore
of the
me because I'm just
Senate. Yeah,
responding
that
to
kind of
his
makes
comments.
sense.
So ignore me while you're talking, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Wow. So mean. Oh my
No, I'm
god.
just saying ignore me because I'm just under my breath like responding to what he's saying because he's a commenter just saying some stuff. So I don't want you to get confused that I'm talking. Anyway, keep going. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I
well,
interrupted
whatever.
you.
Not a whole lot else has changed. We're waiting. It's the tail ends of like freaking everything.
All right, everybody ready for the new dictator Trump Sama to come in? Everybody be ready for that.
I'm
I
not
don't think
calling
he
him
Yeah,
earned that
that.
title
First of
somehow.
all,
can't wait.
I don't think he earned that
Right,
title.
DBD. I'm assuming that's Dead by Daylight. Yeah, we can give that a shot. I don't mind.
Trump is not a Sama. Let that be clear.
Trump Sensei. Sorry.
That is also not.
I'm not calling him anything other than President Trump if he wins. But all right, man.
Oh, Trump Kun. Sorry, Trump Kun.
That's acceptable, I guess.
You forgot the T at the end, but all right.
Yes.
I've seen that Nekosi he's got.
Trump Senpai. Trump Senpai.
Oh, hold on.
That's
We
We
Trump
don't
Hold
need
Senpai.
that
Anyway.
either.
All right, Kevin. What'd you do? What'd you play? What'd you sniff? What'd you eat?
I'm not answering all those questions.
All right. Well,
Alright.
you answer the questions you want to answer. Then.
Good, I will. I have that right. Alright, so let's see.
I don't think you have any rights once he wins.
Yeah, you're right, I won't. Neither will you, and you'll be
No,
deported.
I'll have less. Yeah, I'll get deported. I'll have less rights.
Alright, what the hell did I play? I played Vampire Survivors because the new DLC came out. And oh my god, that DLC is so freaking good. Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania, really, really good. Highly recommend. It's $4. Go get it. Like, what the hell are you waiting for? Map is absolutely massive. It basically takes the Contra DLC and just freaking pushes everything that did to 13. Fuck 11,
Shit.
fuck 12 to 13.
Oh,
All right.
fuck it
It's
all.
so wow. It's so good. There's so many bosses. The map is oh god, it's insane. It's insanely huge. And then like certain bosses will drop seals, which allow you to go into different parts of Dracula's castle. It's wild. There's so much content in this DLC, and I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it so far. I liked the Contra DLC. This is so much better. And you got Contra, you got Castlevania. They're both Konami games. You know, another Konami series. I don't know that they really need the
We
permission
stream
from
every
Konami
week,
anymore,
Tuesday,
but
10:30.
somebody named Kojima, he had a
Kojima-sama.
Konami series called Metal Gear Solid. I would love if Metal Gear Solid and Vampire Survivors did a collab after what I've seen them do with the Ode to Castlevania DLC. Freaking give me stealth sections in this game. I'm ready. You added in side scrolling in Ode to Castlevania. I'm ready for freaking stealth and whatever other craziness you want to add in with Metal Gear Solid. Give it to me. I don't know what other Konami like series there are that they could possibly pull into this. I think that's the next obvious one. Because clearly Konami doesn't give a shit if they collaborate with Vampire Survivors, and two of their main franchises are in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really good DLC. So, also play more Call of the Mountain. Very fun. Throwing many things off the mountain. I always find maracas and tambourines and things. Play with them for a little bit and then chuck them into the abyss. What else did I play? I played Halls of Torment. This was something that I forgot about last week because I played it last week too. But Halls of Torment had its 1.0 release, and when I found out about that, I was like, oh baby, I remember this game. It's basically Diablo meets Vampire Survivors, and it is very fun. 1.0 release has all kinds of content in it. Highly recommend that game as well. Very, very fun game to play, and there's a lot for you to do in it. What the heck else did I play? I'm trying to remember, so I can't see. Oh, I played Astrobot. Astrobot.
Wow.
Got through the Gorilla Nebula in its entirety, and moved on to the freaking whatever it is, squid, octopus. That game's great. What a joy it is to play that game. And then, oh goodness, Adam and I went and saw Smile 2 today.
Ooh.
Oh baby, Adam, we talking about that right now?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Smile 2, Destinoto. God damn, you gotta see this movie. Yes,
Yeah.
this movie.
Oh yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. All right, you gotta see it. It is so good. I was a little worried that this wasn't going to be as good as the first one because that bar was pretty high as far as I was concerned. But Adam and I both agreed that this one was better.
Oh, hold on. That's kind of a broad thing. I didn't say that.
What?
I said that I like this one more. I think the story in the first one is more concise. I think the
fair.
scare in one, the one scare that got me in one, that none of the scares got me in this one. There's a lot of good ones, but they just didn't get me. But there was one in one, the first one, that got me. I think I still prefer the second one more. I still think the first one is just a more like not well put together film. It's just like I think because the concept is so new, it's still a really good film. So if you ask me like which one's better, I mean they're for different people, but for me, my favorite is the second one. I prefer the second one. Again, on rewatch, I don't know if I would like the first one on rewatch more or the second one on rewatch more. I've not rewatched either. I don't know which one feels more rewatchable. The second one feels a little bit more rewatchable for me, just because of how much that happened. Also, I think. I mean, Kevin, just go the fucking everything.
Oh my God, there's so much that happens.
Yeah.
And, that camera work. Oh my God.
Destinoto, the camera work, the transitions, the single shots, the camera movement. It is it is on a level that is just immaculate. The music, sound design off the charts.
Broken music. Yeah.
Acting, Naomi Scott is the main actress in this. She was in the Power Rangers movie. And she's so good. Had no idea she was British, by the way, for some reason. I don't know why I never put that together. But she's the main in this. She is fantastic. Acting her ass off. I mean, every actor was great in this, but she especially was just acting her ass off in that whole movie. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of ass she has to act off. You know what I mean? Destinoto, you'll appreciate it if you saw the movie. If you saw it, you'll appreciate it. I got to throw that in for my boy. Got to throw that in.
Nice.
Like... fucking. There's so many creepy scenes. If it's not Kevin, how many times did you jump? Twice?
Like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah, you were. Oh, there was one big one that got Kevin. Honestly, there were like 2 big ones. There was like one real big one, then there was another one, and every time it made me laugh. Also, the comedy in this movie, it hits. There's like some funny parts with the like some of the side characters.
Side characters are great. Oh my god.
Yeah, just it's so good. This one's about a pop star, and she gets infected with the demon in a way. The first one is about the psychologist who gets infected. This one's the stakes are a little higher because she doesn't have a normal life, and honestly, if there was no demon in this, I think I would still be interested in this movie. Just everything that happened in her life, and like how this movie opens is also fucking incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about this because they put the first 7 minutes online. The movie, I'm not gonna spoil like the other part, but how they introduce us to Naomi Scott's character is she's on a talk show, and like we're watching it on like an old TV, and then the
She's on
fucking
Drew Barrymore show.
yeah, and then the camera who can totally understand this woman's like history with everything because Drew Barrymore went through a lot of the similar stuff, but it starts with us watching a TV, and then the camera slowly zooms in on Naomi Scott's face as she's like talking, and then it like transitions through the TV basically to like her actually on the set of the show, and it just gets closer and it gets unsettling. This movie does not let up from being unsettling. That's the main thing this movie does. Is every scene is like I was telling Kevin after the movie in the parking lot as we do, I should say. But when a horror movie happens, it's usually one scene plays out, there's a scare in it, another scene plays out, probably not a scare, one more scene, a scare. This one, similar to the first one, and this one I think it does it far better because it uses that 2-hour runtime to like its greatest like use basically by going, hey, this scene's happening. Oh, there's a little bit of a scare, but then it's like, okay, like that's the biggest one. Oh, the scene's still going. Oh my god, there's another scare. What the hell? And then the scene's still going, but you never settle down. You're never like, okay, this is a normal scene. You're always like, what's happening? Is this real? What is going on? And it just nails that so well. There's literally one scene in this movie where apparently I said out loud, no, oh no, nope, 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 nope. I literally repeated in my head. I was doing that. Apparently, I said it out loud because it's just fucking creepy, and I hate everything about it. I hate everything about it. Like how literally everything. I can't describe to you how much I hate everything about it. The CGI is better in this one too. Like so much is good. So much good here.
Everything is really, really good, and the actual opening, the music, if you want to call it that, that plays, like there's just so much that they do in the camera work, the transitions, the music, that is just unsettling because it's just not you're watching it and you're like that's not right, that's not how this should transition, or that's not a normal transition. That's not normal music. Like there's notes that are missing from the music and like stuff like that. It's so cool all throughout. And then it's interesting. I thought of this more when I was on driving home. A lot more of the things that occur to her, the hallucinations and things and whatnot that she has, are more pop star ish, as opposed to just like whatever was going on in the first one, which is more normal and I guess adjacent to like psychologist kind of things. Where I'm trying to not spoil things here, and it's a little hard to talk about. But I think Adam, do you know and understand where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, and man, the ending. The ending is crazy.
The ending's pretty crazy. Kevin has a theory, and I pulled up a pirated version after I saw the movie. We paid for tickets, but I pulled up a pirated version in the parking lot just so we could test something. And Kevin has a theory that fucking works. And I'm just like,
It's wild.
I will say, I don't agree with the theory, but it's a crazy theory, and if Kevin turns out to be right, I'm gonna be blown away. But there's so much in this movie where it's like, wow, there's effort into
They put a
here.
lot of thought, a lot of effort into it.
There's a lot of thought and effort. They didn't have to. You don't have to do this for a
Mhm.
horror movie.
No.
James Wan, one of the greater horror directors, he has always said, and a lot of horror directors have emphasized that you can make a horror movie with $25 as long as your sound design is there. And I think this movie, if you take every other element away, it still works with just the sound design. It still works with just the acting. It still works. Even the transition. Again, they're unsettling enough where it's like, oh, fuck. Also, whoa. There was one where Kevin and I both were like, oh, that was a cool transition. And we literally said the exact same one. That's how cool the transitions in this movie are. Like, the filmmaking
Yeah.
is incredible. It's just really good. It has no business being this good. It's just, I can't get over how good this movie was. I was just, like, I had high expectations for this film. Not, like, crazy high, but, like, I wanted it to be just as good as the first, if not better, and it's exactly that. Like, as I've sat with it, too, like, I'm just like, yeah, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Like, I can't wait to rewatch this.
I know. I can't either. But like when I go to rewatch this, I'm rewatching 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like you have to. Like it is crazy how much these play off each other. Like I cannot wait for 3. There's there better freaking be a 3. And B, I can't wait for it. I need it now. I need to know, especially after that ending. I need to know.
Yeah, I need some answers.
Oh, just Sonoto, make it happen. Watch it.
This is that franchise
Alright.
that you have a bunch of people just having weird, creepy smiles for everything, right? That's what
No,
this is.
it's not just that. It's just people get possessed with something that'll kill them in 7 days. But what happens, how they get possessed is they witness a murder that starts with somebody smiling. And then all of a sudden they murder themselves in the worst way. So then you're possessed and you see people smiling all the time or doing stuff that's just fucking weird. There's a lot of people doing stuff that's fucking
Yeah.
weird in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they play into that pop star angle. Like they fucking, it's like, oh
Oh
god.
yeah.
Like some of them seem like
Uh-huh.
stereotypes, and then you're like, no, these people exist. I've met some of these people in real life, and I'm not a pop star. Like I may be one of them. Not
Mhm.
important. Don't worry about that. Kevin knows which scene
Oh.
I'm talking about. That hallway,
Oh yeah.
with the clothes. Yeah, you
Yep.
got it.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love
I
you.
do that.
But yeah, it's just everything about this was just I can't praise it enough. I can't praise it enough.
Oh,
I will
great.
say it did not scare me, but I just was uncomfortable the entire time, and it takes a lot to scare me. There's not. I think everybody knows the scene that scared me the most in the first one was when her sister was walking up to the car and then all of a sudden her fucking head hangs down. Because you just don't expect it, because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe we're getting a little bit of a breath here. No, we're not. We're never getting a breath.
No.
And the issues I have with the first one, I found it slightly annoying that therapist would never talk about her feelings with anybody, about like what was going on with her, and then when she would, it would just come out like crazy. This one, it makes sense for her character to do that. The therapist one, not so much. Only because, yeah, I get she had a trauma with her mom and stuff, but like, I don't know. I didn't like shot at the actress in the first one. She was fantastic in that movie too, but like in this one, I think it just worked way better. Like, God, I really like this movie.
Uh-huh.
Them smiles, man.
Oh man.
They got some good actors. Also, Desonoto, Jack Nicholson's son is in this, and his sole purpose is to do a Jack Nicholson smile.
Well.
So, and he's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler.
Yep.
But Fuck.
Oh, I already see the smile.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's just standing there in his white suit.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that
Wow.
scene's great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
Whew.
Hmm.
Just
Sounds
highly
like I gotta
recommend.
go watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
it's coming to
Yeah, you do.
streaming soon, I think. Kevin, you said.
That's why I thought. Hold on. Oh, look it up again, Adam. Fill some time.
But Smile too. I just man, yeah. Kevin and I talked about how we want to watch the first one and then the second one. Same director, I think, as the first one too. Parker Finn.
Hmm.
That dude he just fucking. They gave him a budget. They gave him a budget, and he was like, "I'm using this budget, and it's gonna be great."
November 19th, according to
Yeah.
When to Stream.
Hmm.
Hmm. Would
Yeah,
you say
it's
the
good.
movie theater experience is worth it?
If you find someone to go with, I'd say yeah. I think it would still be worth it. I think the sound design alone makes it worth it. Just there's a lot of movie is shot beautifully. Like the colors really pop. Like
Hmm.
they really like play into the like she's a pop star. So like it's like a Lady Gaga-esque pop star. And
Okay.
also the song she sings kind of a bangers. I was nodding along to one. I'm like, like, yeah, this is just a bonus right there.
Hmm.
Okay. Anything else,
Just,
Kevin?
whew.
Oh, you need more time filling, right?
Oh no, that's it. I found the date, November 19th, supposedly. Um, is there anything else though? I feel like I'm forgetting some shit. I played more Gun Club, I'm sure.
Yeah, you did.
Uh, man, what else did I do?
I don't know.
Oh, Minecraft? Or was that last week?
I might have been last week.
No,
Yeah,
no,
because
that was
Genesis
last
was
week.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, maybe that's it. God, I feel like I'm forgetting something big though. Talk about Vampire Survivors. Talk about Halls of Torment. Don't think I played anything else on PC. Call of the Mountain, Gun Club. No, I got nothing. I don't
All right. Well, that's everybody out of the way. What do we have as far as topics tonight?
We got my AI topic.
Yes.
That's all I remember. And whatever else everybody else has. So,
I did take
everybody else.
scores from everybody last week offline from the podcast to
Yes.
fill in November because I
I don't think I gave any scores.
Oh, well, without looking, just put them in the chat.
Oh. Okay.
Don't even look at the games. Just start putting scores in.
Just a random
Everything's
score.
75.
75.
I gotta find this now.
All right, Kevin, AI topic, go for it.
AI topic. Oh my god. Okay, so everybody and their mother is all about freaking AI because AI. I saw an article that they were like, oh man, just wait, AI is gonna be able to make AI. I'm like, oh no. So that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that. AI in the video gaming place, in the video game developing place. obviously this is like a really touchy subject because for the most part everybody like doesn't like AI getting involved in stuff in anything really because of how much it basically just steals shit from other people without like taking credit. It'll steal people's voices. It has to train off of like other people's voices, so it's basically stealing people's voices for doing voice acting. It'll steal artwork for assets. It'll do this, that, and every other thing, right? And it basically it needs references. It can't create on its own. Something needs to have already existed that it's pulling from. But yet, video game developers really want to use AI to help them develop games because it's taking so long for them to develop games because there can't possibly be anything else that's going on that's causing them to be in development for so long, like overscoping your game or anything like that. Thank you, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 devs. So, fine. If you're gonna freaking stiff arm AI into video game development, what's a way that maybe everybody can actually like agree on? So I have been playing off and on Horizon Call of the Mountain on PSVR 2, and it is astonishing how many objects you can interact with in this game. Normally in VR, there's really not a whole lot that you can mess around with, but like the things you can mess around with, you can at least do a fair amount of things with. Gun club, you can manipulate all different guns and stuff like that. When you walk around, there's like certain objects like bulletproof vests or ammo boxes and other things that like it feels like you should be able to interact with them and you really can't. Or, oh, maybe I can open this up. Well, no, I can't. It's just one solid brick like object that I can throw across the room for no reason. Or, you go over to something that you're like, oh, I picked this up with two hands, right? But you can't pick it up with two hands because the game is only coded for things being held in one hand. So all you wind up doing is switching hands. Um, and it's true for a lot of VR games. There are some that allow you to manipulate things with two hands. One that's really confusing is for it you should be allowed to manipulate things with two hands and you can't. Is the Room VR, a Dark Matter. It's like the puzzle box game. For some reason, you can't always use two hands, which is bizarre. Like they have to be touching completely separate objects for you to actually use both your hands at the same time, even when like there's a wheel to turn or you can like spin something around on a platform like in front of you. You can only do like one hand at a time. The only time two hands can like be on something at the same time is with this one rope you had to like pull down at one point. Um, it's just very bizarre. And even then, it didn't quite work too smoothly. You had to have your other hand like at a certain point or lower on the pulley system when you're pulling the rope down in order for the second hand to like accept grabbing the rope. But then you go to Call of the Mountain and you can hold things with one hand, you can grab onto stuff with two hands, things have weight to them. So if you're carrying around like a wood crate sort of thing, and you have it on like one side, like the side closest to you, the side farther away will start to like dip down, and the object will kind of like flip in your hands a little bit because you don't have the weight. You're not supporting the object. Which you could argue that's not really all that realistic because in real life you would account for all that, but like whatever, it's not that important. It's a fun little thing in VR. Leave it alone. And objects that will clip on stuff pretty well. Your bow. There was one. There was one time that I think Adam was watching me for this when
Hmm.
I saw a target that I had to shoot, and I took the hardest route possible to shoot this target. I crammed my bow through this one area that you probably were not meant to put the bow through, but I found a way to shimmy it through, take the shot, and bring it back out.
I was
um,
watching for that one.
but anyway, more to the point. AI in a video game development position, I feel would be best served taking over something that is a very, very monotonous and tedious task that requires a whole ton of either just copy pasting or just making a lot of like object definitions, asset definitions, and stuff like this. AI is smart enough to realize what things are, and it can also go look shit up. Um, it also is essentially a computer. Computers are really good at math, especially when they have the formulas there for them and everything like that. So why I bring up all the VR games and stuff is a little easier to understand, like where I'm coming from with this. Horizon Call of the Mountain has a ton of assets that you can interact with: maracas, tambourines, rocks, uh, barrel lids, crates, boards, arrows, the bow, pickaxes, all kinds of shit, right? And really, it doesn't have to be VR. You can do it with everything. But why not bring AI in to be like, hey, here's our game. We want to have apples, bananas, grapefruit, watermelon, rocks, boulders, uh, road signs, roadblocks, manhole covers, like, and just start listing all this shit that you want to have in your game, and you want to have it like represented as the object in the world, and have AI just start pulling all the information for you. Give it weights, give it physics properties, give it assets, because who the hell cares if it goes and steals what New York City's manhole cover looks like, or I'm going to steal what a Snapdragon apple looks like, or a Honeycrisp apple, what that looks like nobody owns any of this stuff. It's just general pictures of things, until it starts like grabbing Capitol buildings and stuff. Maybe that gets a little iffy, but whatever. But you could just start going through and let it do all the annoying work for you, and give everything all these different like collision models and weights, how it's going to interact in your physics engine. Can it be picked up with one hand? Does it have to be picked up with two hands? Is it a weapon? Is it not a weapon? Is it an ammo thing? Is it a piece of ammo? Is it a key item that it needs to go into like a separate spot of the inventory? Is it something that the player character can carry around in like a belt pouch? You can have AI do all of this shit for you, and then all you have to do really is check its work, I guess, at the end. But if you kind of hand tailor it to just fill in the gaps in your code, you could have all of your actual creative people, because again, AI can't really create. You have all your creative people work on the more complex and the harder coding things that require a lot more finesse, and just let AI do all the stupid shit. Thoughts?
I
Aw.
Maybe died.
What happened?
Oops, sorry. You know what I did? I muted myself by mistake, and I don't know why I muted myself. Thinking I was talking to someone. Never mind. It's just I'm dumb.
It's fine. It's fine.
AI should be uh, AI should be used by like let's say an artist
For
creates
this
something.
stupid shit.
Well, no. Let's say an artist makes something, right? Like let's say an artist makes a certain amount of assets. Oh, hold on, let me just switch my fucking headset over real quick.
Stupid
It's
shit.
yelling battery low in my ear.
I was just gonna say stupid shit over and over again.
I know. Let's say an artist creates or somebody creates an asset that is theirs, rightfully theirs, right? They created, they own the rights to it. That's all theirs. AI should be personalized to them, right? They should each have their own AI that's personalized, and then to say, okay, you're just working on my assets. I get all the credit for the assets, right? But you're doing you're implementing them into where you need to put it, because you could do it in a more efficient and more faster pace than I can. So the human is providing the idea and the content for copyright purposes, and the AI is legally properly using them with giving credit to the original person. But that would require tailoring each AI to each like artist and whatever creator, content. I don't want to say content creator because that's the wrong word, but essentially that the person who is making the asset, right? It needs to be personalized to them. I don't know, like I'm all for AI helping with monotonous things and being more efficient than us doing it, but to your point, they shouldn't be taking credit for what we do. Because yes, AI can look things up, and AI can use properties and assets that it locates online because it's got the internet at its disposal. But if the AI is being built in-house by a studio, right? Let's say they're not using Chat, like I know that, no, I know it's not ChatGPT, but I'm just using it as an example, right? Let's say they're not using a widely known like Copilot, for example. They should have their own in-house built AI, which is essentially just building on top of an engine that is just for their own purposes, right? They're taking an already established base and then tweaking it to be able to just be used for their purposes. I guess this would fall into like companies would have to start to buy rights to their own AI and not use already established AI.
I
So,
mean,
like each developer would have their own in-house AI that properly gives its sources and citations to whoever originally created the asset in the company, but does the tasks for them at a more efficient pace, so that the problem of it takes too long to make a game is solved with also giving credit to the person who ended up making the idea. That's a very complex way of doing it, and I don't know whether we have the technology to do that yet. But that would be one way of solving the gripe that people have with AI, because AI is going to become an invaluable tool for time management, right? It's just it's faster than humans. It
right.
doesn't matter. You're always going to be AI is always going to be
It,
faster than anybody.
it's faster than humans, and it doesn't have like, well, not that we're aware of,
It
doesn't
can
have
work
issues with
24
like,
hours a day.
yeah, it can work 24 hours a day. It doesn't have issues with attention span. Like,
It's a
it doesn't
program.
feel, yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
feel that oh, the task I'm doing is so monotonous, and it's
And
not
you don't
like
have to
accident
compensate
prone
it
because of it.
anything.
Yeah,
You
right,
know,
right. Hmm.
it's a program. It's a machine learning program that
Yeah,
is there to make your life easier. The problem with the current AI model is that the AI model is all based on public domains. So the companies are using the publicly available AIs to be able to do what they have to do, which cannot give credit to
yeah,
the
yeah,
original creator because it doesn't know who it's supposed to be taking from. AI is going to look for the most efficient route to be able to do something, right? If you tell the AI to go implement an asset into a game, let's talk about I'm playing FF16, right? Okay, AI, I need you to design 24 different swords for Clive in the matter of 10 minutes, right?
right.
Okay, cool. It's going to go the most efficient route, the quickest route, and the easiest route for itself without any sort of judgment, unless the human provides parameters to say, don't use this, and this as your examples. Use these instead. But even though parameters are set, it makes it harder for the AI to do its job then. Now you're taking the time. It won't meet the time crunch you're trying to have it do because parameters are being set.
Hmm.
Now, if it was built in-house and saying, okay, Square Enix said, hey, we have our own, it's called Square AI. This is our AI that only is used for our games, our development of games. It knows all of our assets, which, and who these assets belong to each person, and it will properly use them and implement them and give them credit for it, right? In the credit section, we'll see it's this
Sure.
person, this person, this person, whatever. The program is just there to do the busy work that a human you would have to pay 8 hours, 10 hours to 12 hours a day to be able to do that work, and
Hmm.
all that. The AI should not be used to create anything. It should already be using created assets, but only ones that it has access to. Kind of done like making a private network for that AI just to bounce into and only use that private network. I kind of feel like that is a possibility today, but I don't know why anybody's like hasn't done that yet.
I mean,
Limit the AI to use a private network that you confine it
yeah, I
to.
mean, you could do that. I mean, here's my one major like argument for you to consider,
Yeah,
right? You've got game engines that are just they're bleh. They're sold to developers. Like you have Unreal Engine, Unity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if id Tech is sold anywhere, if that's just id's. But anyway, we'll just stick with Unreal because it's a freaking big one. Unreal Engine, right? And that just helps people like create all kinds of shit and makes a whole bunch of things easy. They have a whole lot of like lighting and all this other crap like built in. Okay, so where's Unreal AI?
That should be a thing already, right?
Yeah, right.
That should already
Because
be
you
a
could
thing.
you could have these entities that design this stuff like physics engines, game engines, whatever. Because then you have like physics engine people could even try to incorporate AI in because maybe it'll make their physics engines better. Like I don't know if Havoc is still around. That was a big physics engine thing that like Crysis used. I think
Yeah.
this was. And then there's like
Havoc might have
NVIDIA.
been absorbed in something else at this point now,
It
but
might be in PhysX with NVIDIA or something. I forget if that's just a chipset or if that actually is an engine now too. But like you could have even like an AI in freaking what is it? Frostbite for Resident Evil? No, that's not right.
the
Yeah, that's
RE
right.
engine for Resident
RE
Evil.
engine. Frostbite was something else. Frostbite's EA.
That's yeah.
Um, yeah, but like you could have AIs built into these engines, I would assume, and then like I said, like and even if like artists come up with what the assets look like. Just having something that can constantly like assign just real world properties to things. Like I said, like weight and how it interacts with like physics. Like what like you could have AI sit there potentially and go like, "Okay, here is a glass bottle. What happens to the glass bottle when it is picked up?
Mhm.
Okay, what happens when it's dropped? What happened when it's shot? When it's smashed? When it's thrown against the wall? When it's hit
Mhm.
with a brick? When it's hit with a board? Like,
I don't know why
and
they haven't used
this
AI to
sounds.
implement updates yet, like things like, especially like how you're talking about. If an AI is able to, like, the company that I work for, right? AI is able to
Hmm.
scan accounts on a daily basis and find things that are wrong with the accounts, like wrong promotions and
Mm,
stuff like that,
hmm.
applied to
Hmm.
people's
Hmm.
accounts. Why hasn't anybody done like that too? Where okay, the
Fair,
AI
fair.
scans the game every, I don't know if I want to say 24 hours, but it should technically. I mean, this is what we pay money for. It should be scanning it every fucking 24 hours to uncover any sort of bugs because developers are not awake 24 hours a day. Um, and automatically implementing those hotfixes based on the knowledge base it already has. Like, oh, this sword is clipping through his back. I should be able to fix that graphical issue like that, and it should
Oh, that's an
automatically
interesting.
hotfix it.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I don't know why they haven't used it for that yet. Maybe that's not available yet. Maybe that's we don't have
I
the
don't. That
technology
might
for that
be a
yet.
little far out, but it's definitely a thought
Yeah, that would
because
make
that it
updates a
needs.
thing of the past.
In order for AI to get to that point, we need to stop trying to get AI to be the game engine and have AI understand what a game engine actually is.
So again, no matter which scenario you put AI in, it is going to eliminate some jobs to a certain capacity because you just don't
Sure.
need the human doing what it was doing originally. But if you have it in the example that like I gave before, those
Hmm.
people still retain their jobs because there has
Well,
to be a
yeah.
human idea behind the AI itself.
Hmm.
And then
You use
if the
AI to speed up. You speed through the
that's
parts of
all
the
you're doing.
process that take
Just right.
forever.
You're
Yeah.
eliminating the whole obstacle of we have to go through 6 years of development to get a game out, 10 years of development to get a game out. You can cut that by half or a third and retain your current staff and even bolster your overhead there because now you don't have to pay for all that labor to
Hmm.
be able to have these people work all those hours to do that because the AI can do it overnight as long as you program it to consistently do what you want it to do.
Right. Which, like, will there still be bugs? Of course, but there's already bugs with games. So, like, how
Well, yeah,
much worse
because
could it get?
none, the AIs are not perfect exactly. That's why
Right.
you have the
But
human
neither are
behind
people.
each AI.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
They have a
like,
checks and balances system. You got the people
yeah.
behind the AI that will double check the work that it's doing. And you have the AI that is eliminating the whole I gotta be here 10 hours staring at this damn screen because I gotta keep looking for graphical issues or I gotta create 10,000 characters in a scene that a war is playing out in or something like that.
Right.
I don't know if we're there yet for some of these things, but I'm sure we will get there. The problem is the way the AI is being used now, it is threatening people's jobs because of them not thinking down to this degree. Maybe they are, maybe I don't know, because they make way more money than I do. So
Mhm.
I'm assuming somebody had to have this idea so far. Maybe somebody shot it down because they're like, oh, that's too much work. Who knows?
Maybe.
What else you guys got?
AI belongs in the stupid shit bin. That's
See,
all
Adam
I
and I
got.
are for AI, right? We're all for the AI.
Oh, I'm for it, but it
I
belongs in
Plug
the
the
stupid
AI
shit
into my
I
bin.
wouldn't
brain.
I wouldn't I wouldn't say I'm for AI, but
Yeah, you are, you son of a bitch.
no, I
Oh.
wouldn't say that.
You've always been with AI on this with me on AI.
Not what?
You've always been with me on the topic of AI. Like I like AI. You're like, oh yeah, I agree. I like AI.
I think
Maybe not
AI
to steal
has
people's
its
jobs.
In certain
uses.
capacities, yes.
Yeah, it definitely has its uses. I would be, I don't want to say an idiot to be dismissive of it, but like, it definitely has its uses. I don't want to be like an old man being like, AI, no thank you. We should keep jobs in America. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be one of those people.
Just
Like,
keep old Ronald on the drawing
everything,
board.
things evolve. I think AI has a, like, I don't want to say a place. Yeah, I guess I do. AI does have a place. I've been. You guys were having this entire conversation, and I can't remember. Within the last like 2 weeks, I swear I saw an interview about the Horizon remaster where they talked about how the Skybox. It might not even be the Horizon remaster, but they talked about how the Skybox, where how the clouds were such a big thing in the first game and in Forbidden West, and how they can make those look like so good. And before they had to use like artists, and it would take a long time. And what they've been doing is, I think for the remaster, is they had the AI run simulations all night long while nobody was there, and then in the morning
Mhm.
humans would look at it. I can't remember if that was Horizon Remaster or something else. I'm pretty sure it's Horizon Remaster, but I can't fucking find it. Um so it definitely, I think AI can be used in tandem with a human being. I think you can give, again, I don't know about the whole IP thing. That's a whole other issue. Uh that we've talked to death on this podcast about, like,
Oh, sure.
don't steal people's shit. But like, if a studio's like, hey, like, we want to create a world, here's what we want, let's make an AI for that. Yeah, like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Like, do whatever you want, make it randomly generated, and here you go. No Man's Sky, it's forever going on because we've created something that I guess you could now call an AI. I think AI, I would rather it be used for, similar to Sophie in Gran Turismo. If you don't know about Sophie, Sophie is an AI they created for Gran Turismo that learns from the professional Gran Turismo racers, and you can play her on certain tracks, and she will get better and better over time, and you're racing her, so she's going up against like people who are like fantastic at the game, and but they still try to give her limitations of like what a human would be. So her reaction time is not a computer, it's closer to what a human would be, like the top performing human who's playing Gran Turismo, but it learns over time. So a new track comes out, it's not that good until it learns and it learns and it just keeps going, and it's just going, and it creates this whole new challenge. And I think something like that would be more fun. Can you imagine playing through a game where, like like say you've mastered a game. Let's say, I don't know, a small game that only one or two people liked on this podcast, Stellar Blade. Let's say that game. What if
Uh,
what if Genesis played that game and he loved it so much, and then he played it on the harder difficulty and he loved it, and he's like, this is just not hard enough. Wouldn't it be great if the AI could learn how you play and it just gets harder and harder as you play through it? So you could play over and over and it knows kind of what you're going to do, so you have to switch up your play style. And that could be something that you could turn off, but I think there's elements that AI can be used for where it can enhance a gamer's experience and it can make a worker's life easier. Now, we live in a modern day society and we live in a world where, I mean, I'm not going to give any examples of what type of world we live in. We all live in it, so we know. The odds are AI doing that is probably not going to happen because one or two people will innovate, or an indie game will innovate, and then the AAA space will steal that idea and then bankrupt it for 10 years. But most of the time, AI is just going to replace workers. So I would love to be like, get the fuck out of here. But at the same time, I know that we can use AI for something cool and something great. I just don't have faith in large companies going, AI can be used to make the experience greater. No. It could lower our costs. And that's what worries me. Like, oh, you want skins in your game? How do we keep designing skins? Just fucking throw a bunch of designs in there, have the AI create more and more. Or have the person, what if the person wants like something cool with like skulls and like guns? Then they can put keywords in and create their own skins, and then they can play or use currency to buy those. Hey, use the in-game currency to purchase skins you made or had the AI create. Like, cool, I guess. That's what I fear it's going to be used for. Yeah. And I just don't want that. I want to see innovation. I just don't think we're going to see innovation.
For, to be honest.
It's probably like, okay, how can we get this in a game where it'll learn what people actually want to spend money on? That's what we need to use AI for. It learns what people like to buy.
And
instead of us looking at the data.
Are all these live service games, or at least, you know, the ones that, I don't know, aren't as good as the others.
Yeah.
Because they'll take, skin statistics, let's dump this into the formula and see what other like skins can come out of this set of data, and don't even need artists anymore, just slap a formula and you're done.
Or you need one or two artists. You only need two people putting in the most basic designs.
Yeah, and then it just fuses everything into something else, and there's a new skin for this.
It's like, this is potentially new, creative.
Yeah.
And then eventually it'll get to a point where the way we scan for things that aren't against AI is by using AI to make sure that this is not something that's been stolen. But AI won't detect AI work unless like it gets stupid. It gets real stupid real quick.
It gets real nasty.
Again, I've talked about this before when we talked about AI, but my job is trying to use AI, and they've talked about like how it will impact the company, and they've talked about like, in the future it'll probably reduce jobs, but it'll also create jobs. And like and they show the numbers and stuff, and everybody's like, but if you look at the percentages, like it's way lower, but whatever, not important. That's like a 10-15 year projection. Yeah, but then they've introduced things where it's like, you need to look for a procedure because there's thousands of procedures on how to do like a specific task. Only one lender requires every so often. Like, use the AI, ask the AI like, how do I get this procedure, or like describe what you need, and the AI will figure it out. Or I don't know, make your sorting system better. What do you mean? So a lot of companies are using AI as a shortcut to laziness, which sucks. And I'm optimistic all the time, but when it comes to like a new technology that sounds like, hey, all we need is a server to run this, and we build a database, and there's already free databases that we could use, and it could reduce our costs. Sold, done. And then all of a sudden it's everywhere and it sucks.
Yeah.
Like I've used very few AIs where I'm like, wow, I'm glad I use this. The only AI I've liked is the one on my credit card portal, because I could be like, hello, I would like to request a credit increase, and then the AI goes, hey, I know what you want. Yeah, let me look into that. Checking. Okay, submitted a credit increase. It's been approved. And I'm like, oh, cool, thank you. Like, I don't have to talk to anybody. That's simple. I understand why they would want to do that. But, like, and I couldn't find the fucking button. And then I ended up looking for it afterwards because I was like, it's got to be on here somewhere. And it is. It is, like, 6 menus deep. It's like, oh, you got to go to account information and then edit account details. But you're not actually editing anything. But then you click into income, but your income, it's not part of your income really, because your income's staying the same. And then it's like requests, and it's like, oh yeah, there. No, it's not there. It's like, what the fuck? It's so far. It's stupid. It's real dumb. But the AI helped with that. AI and other things, so far, it's doing dumb things, making me look like a lady or a buff man, or what I would look like bald. That's cool. I guess. Here's my image. I use the Instagram AI. Genesis, if your wife is like, oh, let me use the Instagram AI, don't ever use that.
Mm.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
I get custom ads with my face in it now.
Awful.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, and I every time it makes me, I look like I don't even know what kind of race I am at that point, but it like buffs me out, which is kind of nice. But it looks like me, but also it's like an uncanny valley thing, and every so often I will just get an ad for like, hey, like this could be you enjoying a fucking Sprite, and I'm like, stop that, I hate this.
Could be you enjoying a spray.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. And Instagram is owned by Meta,
Sprite
who owns
enjoying you.
Facebook, and I don't go on
Who
Facebook
owns
enough.
everybody's data?
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh man, if I go on Facebook, if I scroll through there, I'll probably see that too. So just be careful.
Yeah.
It will take your image. Like, I'm sure it asked me, and I'm sure I said I agree, but I wanted to make a thing of me riding a dragon. And I did, and it was cool. And I have no regrets over it. I mean, I kind of have some regrets because now, whatever. But like, how many AIs have you used on your computer talking to it? It has so much information on you. It's taking more information than you think it's taking.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Kim, what was your original question on this?
My original question?
Yeah, like,
Oh,
what?
Well, I mean, I guess it's a question, sure. Like, I don't know, does AI have a place in video game development for doing the stupid monotonous shit of like, oh, this thing is a rock, now let's define it as a rock. This thing is an apple, define it as an apple. This thing is a banana, define it as banana. So that like all these things can be interactable in the environments by the player, by bullets, by melee weapons, by people being thrown into them, by the thing being thrown at people, like fucking whatever the hell you want to do with it. Because that's just a lot of repetitive coding that is going to have mistakes if people are behind it, because it's the same copy paste shit and adjusting values and all this stuff that is going to drive someone to tears.
Yeah.
Tears, please.
So yeah, I do think it has a place. Will it be used only for monotonous things? No. Will people see something weird or janky in a game and go, "Oh, this is AI"? They do that now with writing.
Oh, sure.
And then it'll probably be like CGI. Like good CGI, you don't notice, and bad CGI is very obvious. It takes you out of it.
Right.
Like good AI, you don't notice. Bad AI, it's very obvious. So it definitely has a place, because that's just technology. Eventually, there will be limits on AI. It's not like the government's gonna have to step in, the FCC or somebody's gonna have to step in eventually and be like, well, let's not.
FCC don't do shit.
No,
They're stupid.
First of all, they do shit. They do a lot of shit. They do. Sometimes they're kind of shit, but don't worry about that.
I do a shit.
That one
Oh,
guy was in charge of it for a minute,
me
who had
too.
that really giant mug, who
Yeah.
took away like
Your
all their
toilet.
privileges. He sucked. But after he left, they kind of got back to where they were. But like, there's a point where AI is gonna be like, hey, like, it's gonna replace someone we know will be replaced by AI, whether it be one of us or somebody else we know, just as a friend, will be
Me.
replaced by AI at their job. And then after a bunch of people are replaced and it starts going for higher jobs, like a
Like the
CEO
president.
makes decisions. Why not just have an AI that makes decisions because it can weigh in all tasks without emotion? Like that's
And you don't have to
what
pay an AI to be a
but
CEO.
but that's not what CEOs talk about when they talk about AIs. Like because there's a lot of decisions that come to AI's just not there yet. It will be the way that this thing progresses. Like, I mean, there's people on Twitter, especially, that are trying to make like AI movies and stuff, and they create like the most buxom, like big ass redheads that are like pale white and
Shut up.
are anywhere between 16 and 8 and 19, and they're like, this is the next
Hell
movie
yeah, I love
star
being 16.
to 19, and they're like, this is the next movie star, and I'm making an AI movie. Somebody is making an AI version of one of the Studio Ghibli films, and
Oh, I saw that shit.
everybody's like, this looks horrible, why would you do that? And he's like, I'm having fun, and eventually it won't look
Have fun
horrible.
somewhere else.
And yeah, everybody was just dragging this guy through the mud, like the creator would hate you, and the guy was just like, I'm literally just having fun with this, and I eventually it will take over. And I totally
Mhm.
I hate that guy, and I think he's not trash for doing that. I think that
Oh, he's
he's,
trash.
well, that's
He
whatever.
belongs with the shit bins of AI.
But again, I'm not saying that, but at the same time, I'm not saying like, hey, I'd do that. It is what he's doing, basically stealing other people's artwork, but just make it a little bit different. Yeah, of course. It's literally stealing the movies frame by frame, and then adding realistic pieces that other people have created in the world. And it's like, okay, sure, yeah, like, okay, man. And also the thing he put out that he thought was good, I'm sure it took him a long time. Or he said it didn't take him that long. I'm sure it took longer than he let on. It looked fucking terrible. But I know
Yeah.
eventually it will get to a place where I'm like, oh shit, like maybe I want to watch an AI movie. Like that thing that's coming into Prime that I always forget the name of in December with the gaming made by Blender
Oh,
people.
Secret
yeah,
level.
yeah.
Secret level. That sounds cool. Eventually, that will be easy to make with AI. You can get the same kind of tone and look, and that will become something like animated shows will probably change within the next 10, 20 years. Like, oh, this show is actually all animated using AI. Like we got some sample drawings from like the top artist in this field. Like we got the manga artist for the manga, and we just scanned the book, and then the AI used those drawings and created moving like a moving animated show that's 10 episodes. And
I
voice
will
acting's
set
good
fire to
enough
those people's
and
workplaces.
voice acting's good enough where we actually can that we had the creator step in, come in here and go, hey, like this voice is what I want it to sound like, and then we found an AI voice that sounded the most real but fit the vision exactly for the creator. That's something that I could totally see happening within the next 20 years. But is that something that anybody now would be like all about? Absolutely not. I don't think I'll be about it in 20 years, but at the same time, I could totally see it happening. And like Disney's
I will
definitely going
spread
to
the
use
shit bins.
AI to make their movies cheaper. Like AI has a place, whether we like it or not. It sucks, but it
It
definitely has a place.
has a place in the shit bins.
It has a place up my ass.
Oh my god, I love the shit bins. Do I have a
Hey,
place in there?
what's
I have a
what's
question.
the election update so far,
Why?
Kevin?
What the shit bins? What? It's nothing's really changed. You
Okay.
probably won't get results until like 2 in the morning. But like,
I mean, a lot has changed. It's probably going to be Trump at this point because Kamala Harris isn't performing well anymore, and then the Democrat uptick in votes isn't coming in.
Wow.
yeah.
All right. Trump's on my it is.
Yep.
But it's
No,
just
it's
Get ready
not.
to start speaking Russian, everybody.
I'm not doing that. But there's just so much
Resistance,
that's
I like
happening.
it.
Resistance. I just don't want to learn a language. It's just laziness.
He's part of the
Just in
resistance
order.
army. Kill
Oh,
him.
Genesis. We've been training for this.
To
Do
become
we
Russian?
need the resistance forces?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go for it.
oh, this calling.
I'm ready. Ready. Let's lead it.
We gotta use our DMZ strats of
Oh,
I land on
this
this building with a helicopter, just barely touch it and it bursts into flames. You were so confused when that happened.
I confused is not even the right word. Bewildered, I think, is the right word.
Oh,
I was just like,
bewildered. Wow,
that
alright,
was
SAT
cool.
word. Alright.
Trump Sama is back.
He's not a Sama.
Trump Senpai is
Alright,
coming.
what's a
Not a
Sama?
Sama.
Why is he not a Sama? Explain. Explain
Huh?
for our less educated viewers.
Oh, the difference with the Sama is?
Yeah, not you. Just
Oh.
Sonoro.
I'd say Sama's a more like respectful term.
Oh, so he belongs in the shit bin too. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Let me ask
Desonoto.
you
I'll
a
tell you
question.
what.
How much do you put in the shit bin?
Oh, plenty. Plenty.
Desonoto, did Mother go to vote this morning? Or no?
She kept asking me all day where to go and what time. I told her where to go, but they didn't end up going.
Ah, okay. I was going to say, their votes must have tipped that scale.
Now she's in the shit bin too.
Must have tipped that scale. Oh,
Just
man.
put it in there.
Ay, ay, ay. We'll have a convicted felon running the country. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yes, Sama refers to people of high ranking.
Well, I mean, he's not up there with Kami-sama, which is Kojima-sama, but, but he's gonna be there because he's gonna be running this fucking dirtbag of a country. So, great. What else do we have to talk about? This podcast is about what? For Adam, maybe 3 hours in, 4 hours almost. For me, it's like 2.5 hours. Got anything else? I saw there was a ton of updates to games coming in. Remnant got an
Penguin
update.
commercial.
Helldivers.
Update. Penguin commercial.
Oh. Helldivers got an update. Remnant got an update. Tons
You
of
say
games got an
penguin
update.
commercial?
Yeah, there's a
Ah,
penguin
hell
commercial
yeah.
on CNN right now.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
They know where it's at.
Get more people, baby. Let's go.
Oh, now we got a freaking, I don't know. Oh, how it really happened. Okay, that's why. We had like an 80s commercial for Tylenol going on, but it's actually some how it really happened show. Fucking who knows what that is.
Who knows what that is?
Oh my god.
Wow, there's so much red on this map.
Yeah, but land doesn't vote, so.
Yeah, but what?
Land doesn't vote.
A lot
Yeah.
of New York was red. I mean, New York City which is the density, the primary density of the state voted blue. But there's a ton of red in New York. It's crazy.
What?
New York was not as red as it is now, right?
Huh?
New York used to be more blue. Am I
Are you
thinking
drunk?
wrong? I'm definitely drunk.
Are you
But he
drunk?
just got,
Off your ass? What the hell's happening right now? What New York are you looking at?
I'm
The
I
other
don't I
one.
You
I'm
got
just saying
3D glasses on? That's why
I
you
was
can't tell what's red, what's blue?
well
I
no
didn't
it's
either.
I
I think
see
he's
red.
talking
I see
about
a
the
ton of red.
counties. Some counties are showing red and stuff.
Yeah, like
I
Buffalo,
mean, yeah, that
Rochester,
always
Syracuse, and
happens.
Albany
Yeah,
all show blue. New York City shows blue, but everything else is red
yeah,
in New York.
that's how that works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I was just
there's
saying. Yeah.
about
That's not what you
4,000
said the first
people in
time, though.
each of those counties.
I thought, and maybe I'm dumb. This could be Kevin's fault. I thought you said that more of New York City was red this time, and I'm like,
No, no, I said
what?
more New York State. I said New York City, which is the primary density, was blue, but more New York State I saw was red
I
and
think it's real
blue.
confusing in the New York City area too, because New York City will be like super, super blue, and then Long Island's red. Real
Yeah, Long
confusing.
Island's always red.
Yeah, Long Island is red. You are right.
That's where the rich live.
It's fair.
It's
It's
crazy
fair.
how New Jersey also is. Trenton and Newark are just blue, and then everything else is red.
Yep.
That's insane, considering the primary populace over there. Actually, no, that's not as. No, because they're all for Trump. Actually, all them Browns, they're all for Trump. Depends on which Brown you're talking though. So if you're talking the Pakistani Browns, definitely for Trump. They don't want Kamala Harris, especially after Biden. They don't want them. All has to do with their original prime minister back in Pakistan being behind bars. So
Ooh, did I put him there?
no, Imran Khan is in jail still, and he's the
Oh,
savior of the Pakistani people. And he
oh,
when
Saint Nick.
he was replaced by the current guy there with help from I guess the Biden administration because they have better ties with the guy who's in there now rather than Imran Khan, and him and Imran didn't agree on a lot of things. Because also he was talking to Russia, and Biden's like, you can't fucking talk to Russia, and he's like, watch me, and he'll talk to Russia, and then all of a sudden he's like, all right, well, we're not gonna help you anymore, and things happened from there, and all those people came back in from London, took over the country, sent him back to jail, and now they're like, well, if Trump comes back in, he'll fucking get him out of jail, and I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but okay. Um, so they're
Oh
all
my God, yes. Have Russia invade Pakistan. That'll go really well for them.
well. Pakistan is Russia's ally at this point, so
Are they?
they're allies. Well, at this particular moment in time, no, not since.
Is anyone in the Middle East actually an ally with somebody else? Don't look into that
As
too
long
much.
as the bill fits, that's how we look at it. It's the Middle East is way more money oriented
I
for
still don't
whoever.
understand why everybody is like all crazy about Israel and Palestine and all this shit. They're like, oh my God, those poor people. Oh my God, where have you been for the past like 100 years? These people have been at each other's throats and
That's
firing
been going
rockets
on.
into populated cities for decades.
It's all because of Jerusalem. That's all it is. That's a
Yeah,
very
pieces of shit. It's
trimmed
all
down
because of
version of
Jesus
it, but
Christ.
well, I mean, it's all because Jesus put his stake there, and then one of the prophets in Islam put his stake there. So now both Palestine and Israel think that they both own the damn joint, and it's like neither of you guys have it. It's a sacred holy land that is away from anything. But no, you guys both want to keep fighting over it. That's all. The short version of it is that there's a more, you know, intricate version that has a lot more detail and a lot more backstory to a bunch of different things that are other causes for these fights that they have, but the main reason is just Jerusalem. That dates back to fucking, I don't know, thousands of years ago. The Holy Land. They just fucking fight over it all the fucking time. But yeah, it depends on the brown person. If you talk to the Indian Browns, they're all for Kamala Harris because the guy, what's his name, Modi, he's very close to the Democratic Party, so he's always for that.
Hmm.
He's not really with the Republican Party. He doesn't like them since they side with Imran most of the time. Um, but I don't know about the rest of the Browns. We're all divided after that. I don't know. Depends on which one you're talking to. But mainly the Pakistani Indians are pretty much down the middle. Which in Jersey is just full of brown folks. You look from Oakland, not Oakland, Oak Tree, Trenton to Bayshore, all that. That's all Call them brown people. Atlantic City is more just white people and all that, and black people and Chinese folks and Asian folks and whatever the fuck you want to call it there. This map is just weird to look at for some places. You see some places you wouldn't think was red, and some places you wouldn't think is blue, and you're like, how the fuck does this end up coming out this way? Alaska's not done yet?
I don't know.
I want you to do me a favor
so.
real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me where Alaska is.
All the way on the left-hand side.
Okay. So
They're hours behind.
you know how the West Coast is 3 hours behind, right?
They're far.
So Alaska's further out than that, and I think it covers 2 time zones.
And New Hampshire's not done yet?
I don't know why New Hampshire and Maine are not done yet.
And Pennsylvania.
And Connecticut. No, Pennsylvania will never be done. They'll actually
No,
keep
CT's
counting.
done. CT's blue. They gave it to Kamala.
Watching?
On
Who are you
Google.
watching?
Google.
Oh, Google. Okay, I have Fox News. I think finally gave it. CNN and MSNBC haven't yet. Everybody has different numbers, and I have no idea how Fox News got to the number that they got to for Trump. But we're gonna roll with it. I don't know how they're 2 points ahead.
What number are they at?
They have 248 for Trump. I don't know where the other 2 are coming from.
Yeah, I have.
Because other people have 246. How do you have 247? How the fuck is there 247?
I don't know. I have 247 on Google right now.
Yeah, that's what Google says.
The fuck is 247? Oh, wait. Maybe they're talking about... isn't Maine split into like 4 different fucking things or something stupid like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably it. All right.
Maine's not done, though.
Right. That's why these ones are 246. Fox News has probably already called the 2 things that go Republican almost all the time for Maine. Oh, no, they only called one of them for Trump. So where the hell is the other 1 point coming from? I'm so confused. But you know what? We're just going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. Doesn't matter. Trump's going to win.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
It's almost mathematically impossible for Harris at this point.
She'd have to win all the rest.
Which is almost mathematically impossible at this point.
Because he's gonna win PA. He's gonna win
She's
Michigan,
doing
Wisconsin.
so much worse.
I mean,
than Biden
Michigan's
did at this
possible. Wisconsin might be possible. Probably not. Pennsylvania, probably not at this point. Arizona, 50-50. Nevada.
point. That doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, no, I know.
If she won Hawaii by default.
Oh yeah, Democrats always do. By default.
I'm
It just says there's no votes there, so I was like, she just won. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. It says there's 0% votes in Hawaii. This is according to Google, but
I remember there was a I don't remember what year it was. Was it like 2012 or 2008 where it was like 30% of Republican voters didn't think Hawaiians were citizens?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was just a nuts thing.
I mean, who did we realistically think was going to win? Did we think Harris had a good chance that she was
50-50. I thought it was close. I thought it was 50-50.
Yeah.
I thought Harris had a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was looking the right way, and then it wasn't. Why the fuck is Mike Pence on Fox News?
I'm sorry.
Down with the people. He's actually at the desk with everybody talking right now.
I'm sorry, everybody. Please don't hang me.
Yeah, right. I lost my mouse.
Look for it under your sofa.
Oh, interesting.
Robert Kennedy got 522,000 votes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He endorsed Trump, so did Jill Stein.
What about Chase Oliver?
I have no idea who. I know he's a libertarian guy, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Who the fuck is that guy? some of the immediate ramifications we're going to see from this now. I guess I shouldn't say ramifications. I should say immediate effects.
Who knows? Who cares?
There
Hold on,
are
I'm stupid.
none.
This isn't Mike Pence. Who the fuck is the damn? Who was the guy who took 14 votes to get him into the freaking House, and then he got shit canned with everything else that goes in there?
Scaramucci?
No. Kevin McCarthy. That's who's on.
Oh, Kevin McCarthy. Wow, they look nothing alike except they have
No,
the
they
white
don't,
guys
Kevin.
with white hair.
Adam, shush.
Kevin doesn't even know who he's talking to anymore.
Nope. Nope. I'm broken. I'm broken, man. I'm broken.
All right. Well, if you got nothing else, we're gonna sign off on the podcast for now since it's 1 o'clock and folks gotta go to work tomorrow. Thank you once again for joining us on Crafting a Chat. Catch us every Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. on twitch.tv/craftingachat and youtube.com/startingtoolay with 2 R's. And next week we might have impressions of Phasmophobia along with...
I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Next week we will have impressions of Phasmophobia, because if I bought this game and Genesis doesn't play it this week with us, I'm gonna go find him. And he's going in the shit bed.
With Trump.
Oh, no.
With AI. Let me rephrase that. We will have impressions of Phasmophobia next week. And Adam would have already probably completed Horizon Zero Dawn. Probably platinum it again all over again.
I don't know about that, but...
Oh, you will, yeah.
I'm taking my time with it. Have a good time. Having a good time.
I might complete Call of the Mountain. I don't know. I don't know how far I am. PlayStation says I'm 41% through. I feel like I'm not, but...
I will probably have been done with Final Fantasy 16 by next week for platinum. So I will probably end up moving back into Persona 3 or starting FF7 Rebirth. I might do one of those two. I don't know.
I will not have finished Call of the Mountain. That's right. Metro Awakening comes out in 2 days. Let's go, baby. It was supposed to come out today, and then got delayed to the 7th, and Kevin might have cried a little bit.
A 2-day delay? What the hell?
I don't know, man. Either that or the PlayStation Store was just reporting the wrong date.
No, probably because